YouTube's, they have a new like horizontal and vertical stream function, and it's so ass.
Oh, really? That
I was
sounds
so I was
awesome.
so excited, and so there's one problem with it that totally defeats the purpose of it, and the problem is that the vertical stream is an auto zoom in of the center of your horizontal stream. You have no control over it. You cannot edit the fucking layout. It does not talk to, because I have the Atom like vertical canvas thing in my OBS, so I was set that up. It can like pull that from OBS. Nope.
Wow.
You're just fucked. And so I put it on one time and I haven't put it on again because I'm like, man, that would be that would be such a good.
Oh, okay. Everything's all set up. I think my YouTube is just called Maldhound is in this video. Click
That's pretty good. That's
it.
pretty good. Um, but yeah, it's such a good feature eventually, and it's such a bad feature right now because the vertical stream is just fucking useless.
Yeah, I get you.
Casey Kanan, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Let me
Hang on.
forcibly dock us.
Oh, true. Hang on. I have to hide Firefox for a second. I need to. I don't trust my freaks in my Discord to open that on stream.
Just wait until the day that I press the viewer Collins button by mistake.
Oh, does that exist for real? That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
it's on the same menu as the dock menu. Moda Matthew, thank you for the 4 months at tier 1, and Grumpy Dragoon, thank you for the 13 months at tier 1. Update about my wife and Megabonk. I couldn't use my computer yesterday, but she did pick the kids up from school. All right, good for them, Grumpy. I'm glad to hear that. The Grumpy told me yesterday, Elk, that they saw a video of me like talking about Mega or no. They were playing Megabonk,
Yeah.
and their wife at one point asked if there was anything fun to do on their computer because their wife was using it for like taxes or stuff. And they went, "Yeah, Megabonk." And then like hours go by and she's supposed to pick the kids up from school and she's like, "I don't want to do it.
I'm
You
playing
do it.
Megabonk.
I need to play Megabonk. I'm on a generational run right now. I need it."
Keep this woman away from Risk of Rain too.
Dude, Megabonk's so much more addicting because it's harder.
Is it
It's
harder?
harder. It's harder in ways that always feel like robbery. Because what's harder about it is that the physics are janky, but because the physics are janky and you can bunny hop, every single time you die in Megabonk, you are convinced that that shit did not happen. And that you would make it all the way if you did one more. But like there's a fucking there's only two levels. There is a forest level and a desert level. And in the desert level, when bosses spawn, which happen at regular time intervals, like Vampire Survivors, you get two options. You have one, a golem who sucks, a golem who is weak and is very easy to kill. Option two is the Scorpionussi, a massive scorpion that will spawn beneath you. And if it picks you up, you instantly fucking die.
That's awesome.
And so, like, well, Murky, Risk of Rain is hard in very different ways. Like, Risk of Rain, if you get got, you can be at peace with it because there's one-shot enemies. You're
Ri-
like, ah,
yeah, Risk
like,
of Rain. If you stop moving, you die. Like
right.
that's the price of entry. So every time you die in Risk of Rain, it really does feel like it was you.
Yeah, like Risk of Rain, you can follow your Ninpo and you can follow your Bushido code and you can feel proud of yourself when you eventually fall in battle. Fucking Megabonk, all the time you're like, I got robbed. One more time. Run it back. Run it back. I got fucking robbed. I got him next time. Because they also let you, like, because you can get double jumps going and the momentum is so fucking weird. Because they'll do, and you can't pass through stuff. And so when they do swarms, you can get like you can get sideswiped by one guy back into the peloton and then you can't move and automatically die. And it will feel just like fuck, man. That was bullshit. Um, and there's a million other little janky things like that where, if you play genuinely perfectly, sure you're gonna win. But if you're just playing like okay to pretty good, all the freaky little momentum tricks will addict you instantly because it just feels so unfair whenever you die. It never there's been a couple deaths where I was like, I had that shit coming. I picked my build wrong. I knew this boss was coming, or I knew this wave was coming, and I did not prepare for it. But it's like 80% of them. I'm like, fuck you, dude. That didn't hit me. Fuck you. Fuck you, John. Whoever designed this game, that shit did not hit me, and you know it.
Oh yeah, I have not been playing a lot of video games.
Okay, doing their work. Okay,
I've been too much of a busy professional to
fucked up.
dawdle with kids things.
Fucked up. Devin, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Lemon, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Okay, and then my going live message was not bait. I will not delay us for too long talking about this. My updated thought on the bracket system. I hate bracket 2 now, and I think that's good. And Elk, I am interested in your opinions on this as well. But the update to the bracket system, I think the turn clock expectation of nobody dies before turn 8, and I think the expectation of, oh, the interaction is going to be considerate and allow everybody to showcase their game plans. I think that is fucking stupid. I think it is setting up for like bad PowerPoint night, which I think is deeply uninteresting and leads to either non-games or unsatisfying games. And I think it's good that I feel that way because that pushes me more strongly into bracket 3, which is where I belong anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. The issue with that a little bit for me is like Cormella is heavily interactive, and I would consider Cormella slightly bracket 2. It's mostly just big spells,
Right.
and then I counterspell someone's like ramped into play, and they're like, "Is that really considerate that you countered my Thorn Mammoth?"
Yeah, and it does leave me a little bit afloat where all of the decks I like building, they are mechanically more in line with bracket 2, but now I am never fucking playing bracket 2.
Yeah, so
Like,
I think you said it best when it's okay with the current verbiage if we normalize the thought that I have cast Cultivate and that was my thing.
right, like God, the what counts, because I know someone who they tried to get into Magic, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really get into it because like I was playing with these guys and they would just never let me play." And I was like, "Oh, that sucks. What do you mean by that?" And they were like, "Well, I had this Prime Speaker Zagana deck, and I would get like doubling season out, and I would get a big creature out, and then they would always like kill the creature or counterspell Zagana, so I never got to cast her." And I was like, "Yeah, that's you trying to win."
Yeah, exactly. They never let Jetmir resolve for some reason. It's
right, dude. And so I do hate. I really think that even amongst like good faith adopters, new players in particular, are gonna read "I'm allowed to showcase my game plan" and be like, "I'm allowed to put lethal on the table before anything bad happens." Before anything bad happens. And that's what I don't like about it. But I do think that just means that like I should play bracket 3 with the understanding that my decks are on the weaker end.
Yeah,
because I don't.
So like, okay, here's the thing too. It's like in the Jetmir example I just gave, it's like, oh, I made a board of 51 tokens, and then when you explode to Massacre Worm, I for one think that's a wonderful showcase of how your deck can get folded like a lawn chair. I think that's amazing.
I think that's tremendous. That's the Sistine Chapel right there. And like I also think that Murky, I drank the water. You saw it happen. I think the other, and that's the one of the things I talked about on stream when I saw the bracket update for the first time, was that turn clock thing has to come with so many caveats that I question whether it's worth putting out there to begin with. I am now more aligned with the idea that it was worth putting it out there. Um, but I still think there's so many, because it's like, okay, yeah, people shouldn't be dying before turn 8 unless all 3 people have hit you. Because then it's probably an arch enemy situation.
Yeah, I also
I
like.
think
I don't like
I think they have to vote.
It's very strong verbiage it has. No one should lose before this time. No one should
Yeah,
win
nobody-
before this time.
and-
It should be like your deck should, on average, maybe win about this time, and you'll feel pretty good here. Like, I think it should be like a benchmark for a deck list, and not like a thing
Yeah.
that happens in the game, but it's something that happens during deck building, right? Like, oh,
Mhm.
generally this deck will win around turn 8. It might happen turn 6 if I get really lucky. But, you know, it's typically like
Yeah.
80-90% of games, it's turn 8.
And that was like in line with the elaboration they gave, but I think this round of this bracket update compared to the original bracket system announcement, the written language seems so fucking at odds with the tone of the elaboration. Because most of the elaboration seems pretty real. And I do think the turn clock is useful for the people who like are really bad at evaluating their decks. Giving them the idea of, hey, if you're regularly putting game wins on the table before this turn, you probably don't belong in this bracket. I think that's a good and healthy thing. The bracket's not too detailed now, Drifter. I disagree with that. I think that this is actually good, and I think what this does is this opens up a home for people who play Magic in a way that I deeply hate, which I think is good. I think those people exist. Like, I've talked to so many people who will say, "Oh, I'm having fun. I'm having the most fun when I do my thing and everybody else's deck also does their thing." And I'm like, "You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're like a wrong person who doesn't understand fun." But enough of those people exist that I find it hard to. It's like, yeah, they should have their little haven though.
Me, Snail, and Trinket Mage, and Hans, we have like a little play group going with budget decks.
Mhm.
And I built Cormella as a budget deck, which is just like big sorceries and big instants and stuff. And Snail played Gaddock Teague. And I laughed my ass off because he literally mind twisted me. I had like 5 instants or sorceries in my hand with mana value 4 or greater. That was my entire hand. I could not do anything. It was so cool. I love that little fuck. Anyway.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do the manual ad break so that when we end the ad break, I will set the free redeems live.
Yeah, so, but what my point is yes, people do exist that have different opinions than me. And I think that's okay. And this is like a big thing when it comes to the comments that I got on my like most recent tutors video, was just like, no, tutors aren't fun. And it's like, the whole point of the video is like, they're not fun to you. There are plenty of reasons why tutors are fun and have a place in the format. It's just not for you, and that's okay. Like, I hate being from California because the accent has so much hyperbole and swearing that it sounds like everything I say is like, I think it's a fact. It's not. Brother, you can make a YouTube channel tomorrow.
No, everything I say is a fact, though.
No, true. I'm a golden god with perfect opinions, but...
Right, okay, yeah. I was just checking.
The hyperbole is so strong that I come off very powerfully, I think, to a lot of people. And they're like, oh, this guy thinks he's spitting facts. When in reality, anyone can make a YouTube channel tomorrow and they're as right as I am. It's just like, I talk about my opinions on my channel, and then some people are like, you know, there's other people out there. I'm like, I know, but they have different opinions than me. It's okay.
But I'm not them. Right.
I'm not them.
Yeah. Like, the place I always struggle, or the place I always end up stuck with that is like, I tend to live my life with such conviction that I do think everyone that's not me is wrong. Like, why wouldn't I? If I didn't, I would change. Like it, and not even out of some like esoteric belief that I'm like the smartest or the best or whatever, but it's like I'm always trying to enjoy my life. I'm always trying to live my life in a healthy way and engage my mind and have good days and stuff like that. And if I thought I was doing, and so I believe that I'm doing that the best way that I can.
Yeah, just because you're YouTube doesn't mean you're right, you know?
Oh yeah. That has nothing to do with me being a YouTuber. If I thought you were right, I'd have changed my mind to that already. Yeah, exactly, Blue Panky. And that's been a constant of my life since before I did YouTube.
uh,
Any fucking way. We have 43 seconds until the Firebitty, yes, the custom cards can have a real person as long as we're not like slandering the person somehow in the custom card. What do y'all think about the possibility of Rhystic Study or Thoracle ban? I mean, I think Rhystic Study should be banned.
I think Rhystic Study should be banned. If Rachel Weeks thinks Rhystic Study's over the line, she said so on our podcast. I think so because she's smarter than I am. So,
dog, I was looking at that yesterday. I was looking at the article and I took a little snip of the photo they did together and I zoomed in on Josh Lee Kwai and I was like, wow, I wonder who was defending Rhystic Study as iconic. I wonder who the one person arguing for how beloved Rhystic Study was. And somebody nicknamed him the fucking Wristler.
The Wristler.
The Wristler. I about died.
Like Rhystic Study, do you pay the one? It's iconic in the same way that like Pearl Harbor's iconic.
Yeah.
I like
It's the most fun card ever as long as I have one and you don't have one. As soon as you have one, that card fucking sucks.
Honest to God, this is why you just pack Fractured Identity. And
all right, free cards are live. For people on YouTube asking, you can submit them either via Twitch channel points or Ko-Fi. If you join the Twitch stream right now, you will have enough channel points to submit at least one card by the end of the stream, but they are very hotly contested, so we cannot guarantee that you get one.
I think it's the inverse, Choo Beans. I think Thoracle should go, not the two enablers. I like the exile your whole library tutors. They're funny.
I think my question is what do win cons look like once we get rid of Thoracle? I think that's exciting to me, and I do think it should be banned, but I accept that I am far enough away from being a CEDH expert that I can't really speak about it with bass in my voice.
I'm always wary of banning for meta shakeup. It should be a ban because it's bad. And I think there is enough arguments in defense of Thoracle that maybe it shouldn't be. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm more on the fence about it. Once again, I'm not really as deep into CEDH as someone like Trinkamage is, who agrees Thoracle should be banned. So, but I've heard a few arguments that are like, this is okay. And so, yeah, I once again, just very wary of any ban that's like, oh, this is going to shake up the meta. It's like, you probably shouldn't be banning to shake up the meta. Right.
No, I love shaking the fishbowl. That's exactly why you should be. I want to see some. That's what I want to see, man. When I watch like Dota, when I watch League, like, oh man, they did this thing called Fearless Draft in League, where it was like in a best of 3, if your team won a game, you couldn't pick any of the champions you picked in that game. Like they got pre-banned from the next game. I loved that shit. I was like, ooh.
Either way, I think a Rhystic Study ban would be bigger for CEDH than Thoracle.
Where was the countdown? In my head. Okay, between the two of you, which do you think is more toxic, Rhystic Study or Smothering Tithe? Rhystic Study, no contest.
Yeah, Rhystic Study is stupid. A mana is better than cards. I generally think.
Blue already has draw, Nick. Shut the fuck up. You can't watch me grip this stock up and be like, just as good.
Oh my
God. That's 2 cards?
Someone said that in chat? Good. That's beautiful.
Someone said blue already has draw. Smothering Tithe is stronger. White traditionally struggles to ramp up. It's not 2006, little bro.
Dude, have you seen
we got
Sand
stuff
Scout?
now.
Sand Scout's
We're
stupid.
jumping claims. We are jumping claims. We are carooing in here. Go get yourself a cartographer's hawk. Don't spend it all in one place, though. Okay.
Also, white doesn't really need mana to win. Dude, they spend 5
Yeah.
mana and their entire board gets like plus 15, and then they kill you. It's like you are gone.
Well, things are getting better and better and more efficient, and so it's taking less and less, like it's taking less and less mana to put a win attempt on the board or to put a like get me into a game dominating position on the board. Like at this point, genuinely, when I build decks that can make a lot of mana, I don't even build those to be good decks. I build those to play worse cards because all the good cards are like achievable with normal amounts of mana.
Right, that's what I love a lot is I'm running these broken enablers so I can run my shit payoffs. That's like some of my favorite deck building you can be doing in Commander.
Yeah, yeah, like that's what my VV deck's about. That's what your Cormella deck is about. It's like, ooh, let's get more mana than we should have because we can't play Birds of Paradise, and then let's spend it on this thing that hasn't seen play in a decade.
Oh, dude, I love spending 9 mana on dog shit. It's like, it's so rewarding. It's so funny. These shit payoffs like Emrakul, that's one deck,
Hold on, I
Trevokate.
truly don't understand Thoracle hate. Labman has been around since Innistrad and is functionally the same. Then you don't understand Thoracle.
You're just
If
insane
you
for
think
saying that.
like that's quite frankly, my brother, I love you, or my sister, or my non-deterministic sibling, I love you. Labman so insanely different from Thoracle just off the basis of Labman. Okay, I have to draw my next card. If Labman dies, I now lose.
Yeah, exactly. If you put
If
the opt on the
Thoracle,
stack and then
right,
yeah,
if
just kick them, it's over.
you do, yeah, you put the Labman down, you keep going for your breach line, and I have just removal, or God forbid, bounce, which is very like creature removal. People are sleeping on in CEDH, but like Chain of Vapor is still going strong. If I just have bounce, if I have Ottawara, whatever, and that Labman goes away, you go from winning the game to losing the game. And you have to put an additional thing on the stack. Thoracle, you put Thoracle on the stack. Once you've gotten there, it's just over unless you have a stifle. And at that point, you're running a stifle and go home.
Yeah, I
But yeah.
think the best way to see the difference between Thoracle and Labman is to look at the history of Oops all spells. Oops used to run Azami, Lady of Scrolls, Labman, and Angel of Glory's Rise to finish the game. If you drew any of them, you lost. And what you would do is you would cast Angel of Glory's Rise or reanimate it with Dread Return, and then you would tap Azami, Lady of Scrolls, and Labman to draw cards out of your empty library to win. Because Angel of Glory's Rise would reanimate them because they're both humans. New Oops All Spells runs Thoracle.
Yeah.
That's it. It just runs Thoracle. So it's Thoracle is not only safer, but it takes less cards than any other win condition with an empty library. It is infinitely stronger than Labman.
All right, I reset my mic. Kolos is saying, Stifle is a valid spell to run in any blue deck. Fight me. Yeah, so Sky Diamond, brother. Have a good time.
Dude, Stifle,
You can run whatever you want. You can run whatever you want.
Stifle fucking sucks. The card is
That's
bad.
right. Yes, it does. Yes, it is.
The card
Yes,
is
it fucking
really
is.
bad. And Spider Sense is good. I like that card a lot, but Stifle's bad.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go to the thread and see if we're all tied up. We got a lot of motherfuckers in here. Lovely. What spoilers do we have
People are
to?
always like so on Tails End. Like Tails End's so great. I think Spider Sense is better.
We can't get you talking about Spider-Man
Oh
today.
my god.
We're gonna get in trouble.
No, we're gonna be off the deep end if I keep talking about it.
See, WotC revenue up 55%.
Oh, okay.
They said, I think they made a comment about like, if there is any property you can imagine Magic might do a collab with, we have inked that deal or are in the process of inking that deal.
Oh my. Okay, well great. We're gonna get Bloodborne.
14 sets, 2027.
High School
14 fucking
Musical
sets.
incoming.
Oh god.
um, I, great for Wizards of the Coast. I'm not Wizards of the Coast, so
Uh-huh.
it's a bummer. Oh well, it's fine. There was a comment, holy shit, on Reddit that my friend showed me because I don't use Reddit. I'm based. Um, and it was like someone complaining about
That's
Universes
such a
Beyond.
Redditor fucking comment.
The
I'm
top,
too base to use
I'm
Reddit.
too
This
based to
says
use Reddit.
spiritual Redditor.
Yeah, so the top comment on this thread was like, it was a post like complaining about Universes Beyond, and the top comment was, "It's not your game anymore, it's ours." It's like that pissed my friend off so bad.
That's so funny. That's so fun. I mean, it is like Magic's dead, long live new Magic. Quite frankly, like
Yeah.
the game is changing to the degree that it's catering to a whole different swath of the population than it used to. But anyway, Valeria, are you ready?
I'm good.
All right. Valeria, Burning Ambition. A 5-mana Rakdos 4/4 with Menace and Firebending 3. And then for 2 Endymion, you can return target artifact card with mana value 4 or greater from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. It gains whenever this artifact leaves the battlefield. Return target card named Valeria Burning Ambition from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Okay, so how do we break this with Ugin's Nexus?
Oh, shut the fuck up about the Ugin's Nexus. God damn it. Every fucking day with the Ugin's Nexus. Um,
I think this is fine. It's a Grixis Artifact Matters commander. Firebending 3 is a little bit weird when there's only 2 generic in the cost. I think Firebending 2 would be a lot more intuitive. That's my only real gripe, though.
yeah, it seems cool. The artifacts bringing Valeria back feel feels weird. That feels like tacked on at the end just to give the card more value. Oh, it's like their phylactery. Okay.
Well, she should
Never
be a
mind. I'm
zombie
with it now.
wizard. Should be a zombie.
Yeah, she should be a lich then. But yeah, I can get with that. That's cool. And I do like the play pattern of I'm gonna play this chick, she's gonna hit you really hard, and she's gonna like steal your blood and use it for a portal to Phyrexia or something. Alright, next. Montag, Diamond Thief. 1 in a Grixis for a 3/3 with Menace. For 2 in tap, he becomes a colorless artifact creature and gains indestructible until end of turn. I mean, I'm vine booming that just on energy. Whenever Montag deals combat damage, you may search your library for a historic card with mana value less than or equal to that damage and reveal it. If you do, put that card on the battlefield or in your graveyard and then shuffle.
That's insane.
That's
The
fucked.
menace is unblockable, and
Right.
you're pumping this dude, pumping him hard. And then, well, actually, the first hit just gets you Blackblade Reforged, and then from there you go harder.
The first hit gets you Rhystic Study. No, it's not. It's not historic. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm fine. I'm fine. Rhystic Study's not legendary. We're all cool. We're all cool.
So you hit an
It
opponent,
gets
yeah, you get Blackblade Reforged, quick Blackblade
yeah
Reforged, or you get fucking Buster Sword, right? And then,
yeah. Don't even talk about red pumps. This isn't even red pumps. This is literally just like I get fucking Excalibur.
yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, no, that costs $1 million. No,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
it is $1
Excalibur, yeah,
billion.
it costs $1 million. But you don't need red pumps. There's 1 million equipment. You can get any of the swords of fucking you. All get grabbed by the first hit of this. Like you get the Buster Sword, job done. You're now drawing a card, free casting. You get a 6 CMC or less thing. That's fucked up. This is still more fair than Arkham Daxon. Most things are.
Yeah, that's not
Huh?
that shouldn't be the point of comparison.
That doesn't mean they get printed.
This is more broken
Yeah,
than Cruel Claw. It has Cruel Claw with protection ability.
Yeah, this is fucked. All right, absolutely no. Set this on fire. Next, we have Alexi Kitty. Update on a card from last week.
Dude, I
Hold
love
on.
Pony Slop. This is awesome.
Cut the initiative and replaced it with exiling 1 or more cards from your hand. All pretty flavorful with the theme of music. I'm a bit concerned with the idea of low discover counts to cheat in zero cost suspend cards, but that yada 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 yada. Okay. One in a Jeskai, 1/4 flying. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from your hand, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have one or more experience counters, each player may discover X, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to the greatest mana value among cards discovered by your opponents this way.
Tap treasure equal to greatest. Each player discovers X for X. Okay, so each player does it, so it's symmetrical, but you get treasures.
Hmm.
Okay. I think putting into exile from hand is a little bit hard to do, right? It's like you have evoke elementals.
This used to be on your end step. If you have the initiative, you get an experience counter. Just so you're aware what we're working with.
That's awesome.
You're aware the number of hurdles. This person is a fucking contortionist.
Yeah, exile from hand should probably be exile from hand or library, like do like a Lelia wording. But then it's one or more. What happens is if you have a Cascade deck, you can just go infinite with the Cascade if you built your deck in a certain way, because that's how Lelia works. It looks like cards one Cascade. So that's a bit dangerous. It's just exiling from hand. What do we have? Like off the top of my head, it's Evoke Elementals, Foretell, Harnfell, the backside of Bergie.
Plot and suspend too.
Plot and suspend.
But then what ends up happening is you do this once, and then you just roll into a suspend thing. And so
That's funny.
I don't think that's funny. Fuck you. I like the previous version of this more. Just because I think that the play pattern that this supports is very narrow now. I think before it was at least freaky and narrow, and I think now it's pretty straightforward and narrow, which is I'm going to cheat out a suspend card.
I guess so. I think this card's okay, and it's not doing that any better than like the Face of Bo is.
Yeah, I don't think it's too powerful. Before I didn't like it, but I was inspired in my dislike, and now I am uninspired in the normalcy of it.
I think if this card got printed today, but it's like, it wouldn't be a Pegasus. Well, maybe it would be actually, but like some other like IP. I would not bat an eye. I'd probably be like, oh yeah, makes sense.
Oh yeah, hardcore printable for sure. All right. Next we have Aegis Athene. These are 4 draft. First we have Tonatili, Dawn's Rally, a 6-mana dinosaur mount. As long as you control a human, this creature has vigilance and indestructible. Saddle 1. Whenever this attacks while saddled, you may pay 3 mana. If you do, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, and you untap them.
This is terminally okay. Especially if like an exert theme. Untapping's cool.
Yeah, I mean, in a draft setting, I feel like I'd be very happy to get this guy. A potentially indestructible blocker. Fuck yeah.
And saddle ones.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm in white and I got dudes. Hell yeah. I'm Blacksteel. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Yeah, I think if I'm even like looking around, I think if I saw this pack one, pick one, I would be like, all right, I'm in Selesnya.
Yeah, mono white is really easy to just like, yeah, great, I'm in white. Understood.
Next, we got Malcolm, Melodic Brigand, a 4-mana 2/2 with Flying Ward 2. When you draw your second card each turn, make a treasure. Blue tap, sack X treasures, gain control of target creature with mana value X.
This feels Malcolm-y. That's all it really
It feels Malcolm-y. It also feels like a trap. This feels like the LSV 1.0 rating.
It is not going to be a good card unless you have like 1 blue mana make 2 tap treasure to something. Like some stupid treasure setups.
Yeah, I think
it is a Flying Ward 2/2. People used to pay fucking $7 for like a Windrake.
People used to hand in a fucking pink slip for their car for this. I think this ends up infinitely better in Commander than it is in Draft.
I would say Vigilance this guy.
Oh, then I'd play the fuck out of this guy in draft. Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Give him meth. Don't let him get sleepy. I'm down. All right, next we have Aquazot's Dusk Craver, a 4-mana 4/3 with flying. For 2 mana, tapping and discarding a card, target creature gets -2/-2, you gain 2 life. If you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, instead you draw 2 cards and you lose 1 life. Holy shit, this is so much better.
Quantum Rizzler wants his fucking money back.
Quantum Rizzler wants his fucking gun back, dude. What the hell? This is Quantum Rizzler, and also you don't get creatures.
um,
I
it doesn't feel like a god.
No, it feels like they got God mode on.
It's just like
I feel like they got some cheats enabled.
I feel like when I think of the Ixalan gods, they flip. They flip into land and then they come back, right? Like they come back after dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this doesn't feel godly.
All right, so give it a flip side, and then Elk will like it, Aegis. I This low key seems too good.
It is very
Especially
strong.
especially compared to the 2/2 you just trotted out.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it turns all the cards in your hand into disfigure. That's pretty good.
yeah. And I get the, like late in a hold on, Z's calling. Hello, baby.
Or like I'd maybe put like an indestructible clause on it as like another godly kind of thing, but that's not really Ixalan gaudy, you know. It just like I this doesn't give Ixalan god to me. That would be cool. Move the bottom paragraph to the back, or like the first paragraph to the back. You go like 2 black flying. If you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, etc. You draw a card, lose 1 life, then transform Aquazot's, and then he transforms into like an indestructible version of himself. Mardu, I don't know. I don't think Tenna would be Mardu. He's too chipper. I think he would be like mono red, or maybe red blue. He likes a little bit of tricknology, you know. But he's not black. He's not black by any stretch of the imagination. Spamton's black. I don't think Tenna has a lot of ambition. Tenna is a fucking wet paper towel. Let's be real. Tenna is peak, is it? I feel.
Okay, I'm back. We missed the fucking package delivery.
Oh, terrible.
Terrible.
Anyway, yeah, I was kind of brewing with chat a little bit while you were gone. What would you think if this was a flip card, but the first paragraph was on the back, and the second paragraph, also in addition to doing that, flipped him over into his god mode, where he's like super exalted and can turn all your cards into dismembers?
I think you could try to do that, but you have to play around with the stats quite a lot, because if it was just a like 4-mana 4/3 that I had to go hellbent for anything to happen, that then seems
That's very
pretty.
true. I just don't like the card as it is. I think there's too much to tweak to really say all at once.
Yeah.
I think we did touch on the major pain points.
All right, next we got Breach's Wild Bombardier, a 3-mana 3/3 with menace. Creatures with power 1 or less can't block. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, you may pay 3. If you do, Breaches deals 4 damage to target creature.
Ooh, infinite flame
Holy,
slashes, and you can't block.
holy fuck, dude. All right, so blue fucking sucks. We're taking like Boros or Rakdos in this. Um,
This is very strong.
that's so fucking good. I just like.
At the beginning of your end step, you attack this turn, you may pay 2 and a red and sacrifice a creature, if you do. Or artifact. I feel like
Either
breaches
sacri-
would. I think I feel like breaches would throw a dude.
Yeah, breaches would throw a dude. I think you could do like sacrifice a creature, sacrifice a non-token permanent, something like that. Or you have to take away menace. But I understand the pirate having a keyword jives with the rest of Magic.
I think axing menace just have creatures with power 1 or less can't block, and then that's the evasion breaches has, and then you have the
Yeah.
raid with sacrificing a thing.
Yeah, 3 mana, 3/3. By the way, if you don't kill him after he swings, I blow up your only worthwhile creature.
You can't block it. You can't block with chumps at all for any of my creatures, and I also get infinite removal spells. Is like a 3.
Yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck you.
wow, that's really strong.
All
I mean,
right.
cards are allowed to be very strong, but it's very strong for limited.
Mm-hmm.
Just be ready for that.
Next, we have Pashona Verdant Shaper, a 3 mana 2/4 with lifelink. Lands you control enter untapped. 1 in green, tap, sack a land until end of turn. When target creature dies, return it to its owner's hand and draw a card.
Really annoying. Like, extremely annoying.
This is like fucking wow. I think I've seen this before, and I'm still just as upset as I was before. I don't think you should get to draw a card. I think you getting your creature back is you drawing the card.
This is already 1 in a green. Removal spells don't work.
Yeah, this is 2 mana sack a land. I get to replace that land with redrawing my best creature.
The second ability of this card, not the lifelink, the lands and then the 1 in a green. This activated ability feels very white. It doesn't feel green.
Yeah, but they want the merfolk to sack lands in the set, Elk. You're not being very considerate. We've got to let the set showcase its game plan. I mean, Lands End or Untapped is strong, but that's like a strong for command. Like, that's a strong for constructed thing outside of the limited environment. That's not going to be as good in the limited environment.
Whoa, crazy. My cave enter untapped during limited. Like, that's what happened.
Yeah, it's that last ability. And it's like a good blocker with lifelink, too. That also feels like a little extra ranch on the top.
Yeah, maybe if you have like a cave theme in your Ixalan, I don't know your entire set, but like a cave theme, sacrifice a cave.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like maybe more.
Yeah.
Or like an island. I don't know. Like it feels a little bit too broad right now. It doesn't. It's not a fun design.
Yeah, I agree. Or at least make it at minimum put other in there so that this can't protect itself. So that your counterplay is I am now taxed, and my first real removal spell has to be used on this.
But then it dies to breaches.
It should! Fuck this guy! Anyway, Madras cards next. Shara, Solaris' Arrow. A 4-mana Rakdos 2/2, Defender, Wither, Reach. First Vine Boom. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery or another creature with Defender you control enters, put a counter on a Shara, then she deals 1 damage to any target. Motherfucker.
Dude, Magecraft, I get to ping you to death. But
Sorry. Magecraft creature ETB for the only creature type we have in the deck. Get out of here.
Yeah, no.
Get thee hence. Get thee hence. Absolutely not. Because this is for the custom deck that's about Mardu defenders that get to attack. So it's all defenders, all the way down.
It's Magecraft -1/-1, but it's also Magecraft. I get to ping you if you don't have any creatures left.
Which you won't after about 2 turns.
Yeah.
All right, next, Bannerets of El, a 3-mana 1/3 defender, first strike, undying. We gotta just Madra, one day you're gonna defeat the 1/3 rule, which is that I like all your cards if you cut 33% of the text from them. It's not gonna be today. Tap, goad target creature, then choose one. Proliferate whenever a goaded creature deals damage to a player. The target gets +3/+3 as long as it's goaded. Investigate whenever the target deals damage or dies as long as it's goaded. That seems fine.
There's too many words on this card, Madra, as
That's
always.
also true.
Defender, First Strike, Undying, Goad, Proliferate, Investigate. That's 6 on the single
Target.
card. Target doesn't count. Come
Crime
on.
triggers. Yeah, and I think that this is just another example of like hyper parasitic design that I dislike because we only put proliferate on this guy because we know all the other cards in the deck give everything a million counters.
Listen, and also, Madra, look, there's 3 guys in the art. One's a knight, one's a mage, or warlock, as the type line suggests. And then this front one's a rogue. That's a rogue. You need to put rogue in the creature type line. 4 creature types.
It was the human.
Yeah.
The other two are not humans.
Human, knight, warlock, and then rogue in the front. Of course, naturally.
Divine Dream. Oh, it's an uncommon. I'm not even gonna investigate rarity. Holy fuck! Divine Dream, Tales of the Sun, a 5-mana sigil, which is a battle you protect that does not flip. 6 battle counters. When this enters, make 2/2/4 white gods with Defender. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, untap each creature you control with Defender. I'm mad at that because we know that's every creature in your deck. Then make a 2/4 white god creature token with Defender. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 12 creatures, you gain an additional combat phase after the first. I hate this one the least of the sigils.
Each opponent
Bars in hell for that.
Is like this is a tender shoot dryad that makes 2/4 defenders.
And gives you additional combat phases. But you can attack it. You can attack it.
Yeah, you can attack it through the wall of 2/4 defenders.
who will have Wither? Who will have Wither? I think I would begin to be okay with this if we picked between make a 2/4 and untap all my creatures on my opponent's upkeeps. Like we want this to say, oh, all my stuff has vigilance, and if I get a wide board, I get more combats. I can see that. We want to go, all my stuff has vigilance, and I make minimum 1 guy every single upkeep, and I get extra combats. That's where you lose me.
Yeah, this is, if you read this card in the context of a commander game, this is 5 mana, make 5 2/4 white god creature tokens with Defender before your next turn.
And effectively, you're making 4/4s because this is a defender deck where the command zone is letting you use toughness equal to power. So you may not have that commander out all of the time, but it's a pretty reasonable assumption that effectively you are making 4/4s every upkeep.
Yeah.
All right, next. And again, 1/3 rule. If we just cut a fucking ability off this middle line, I would get okay with it. All right, Arzu and Aziza's Sun's Augur is a 4-mana demigod cleric defender, vigilance, and lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry X, where X is the number of creatures with defender you control, and then reveal the top card of your library. If the revealed card is a mana value is a battle with mana value X or less, you may cast it for free.
Dude, people have like a battle fetish recently. Like this one in the last custom card review we did. Like battle is such a niche card type. And it's just
not
like,
when you make a bunch of fucked up sigils.
Exactly.
Not when you
it's like this like pre-con you're making, Azra, terrifies me because it's like, how do you upgrade it when all the cards are super parasitic on one another?
You don't. You can't. This is meant to be.
It's a unit.
But this one, I don't think I'm trying not to let my bias retroactively influence this card because I don't think this one is too overwhelming.
Not at all. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's just freaky. It's just a they're just a little freak.
It's in the uncanny valley. This is an uncanny card. Defender vigilance, and then also we scry a bunch and then battle. Like why?
Yeah. I do agree with that criticism, which is that I would like this more if we genuinely put less restrictions on the second half of the card, because the second half of the card, searching only for battles, it makes it very obviously, I built this for my custom deck and it is straight fucking useless everywhere else and it is broken here. Gerald, there should be, but I have appointments today, so I'm not promising anything. All right, next we have Burning Kunu Kyun, a 2 red 1/1 with Flash, Defender, and Wither. When this creature dies, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of creatures with Defender you control plus 1. Okay, so this is a combat trick boy.
Bare minimum, you're doing -2/-2 to something.
Yeah, for 2 red.
Yeah, and then it gets better. I think this is the first Madra design where I'm like, I read this and it's like, wow, it's still weird, but it makes sense and it seems okay.
I like this one for Withering Defenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with this one. I'm okay with that one. Next we have Glooming Kunekun. 2 black for a 3/1 with Flash, Defender, Reach Wither. When this creature dies, each opponent discards a card. Investigate for each land card discarded this way. Just 1/3 of the text straight off. Just
yeah. Defender, Reach, Wither, Flash, and then also Investigate is just like whoa.
Yeah, and I think it would be appropriate at like we want to have these combat trick defenders that have a little bit of upside. I don't think that's unreasonable. And then we've tacked on an extra thing just to make sure everybody feels really bad.
Yeah, like what about this card's giving reach?
Detectives have to reach for conclusions.
I think that's a reach.
Next we have Shining Kun, a 2 white 1/3 with Flash, Defender, Vigilance, Lifelink. When this creature enters, target creature gets +1/+1 for each creature with Defender you control and has lifelink until end of turn.
So you gain 50 life in this deck because every creature has Defender, and it makes like 60.
Right. Everything has Defender. I think the effect here is okay. I think but this feels like a thing that should have been an instant, and we made a creature because we wanted to have another even CMC creature with Defender to plug into our 1 million different our 1 million different parasitic loops.
Yeah.
But I think this one is mostly okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Compare that 3/1 to Burglar Rats.
Yeah, the glooming one where you just like, yeah, it's still they're both common is the big thing.
Oh yeah, this guy beats the shit out of Burglar Rat. I'm sorry, bro. All right, next we have Wolf Slays. Call an ambulance, but not for me. The first part is a 3-mana black instant. Target creature you control gains. If this creature would die, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control until end of turn. But not for me is a 3-mana instant with Aftermath. Prevent the next source of damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Deal damage equal to the prevented damage to the source's controller.
This is
red getting.
Yeah, this is funny, but it's.
It's very funny.
It feels like a Boros or the white.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with the joke.
Yeah.
I like the bit. It seems weird for mono red.
I think the instant from the graveyard should just be like deal 4 damage to any target.
That would be simpler. I do think redirecting the damage is more mimetically appropriate than just dealing 4, but I do think the 4 is cleaner.
If we want to talk about game design, it's really, really annoying to have. I have a damage redirection spell in my graveyard and I can touch it whenever I want.
That's true. Next, we are going to move on to Dark Oasis's The Doomslayer, a 5-mana Jund 5/5 with Reach Haste. Demons, devils, gods, demigods, angels, Phyrexians, praetors, Eldrazi, horrors, and cowards must block the Doomslayer if able. Just say every card my friend Tony plays. Whenever a creature blocking or blocked by the Doomslayer dies this turn, put a 1/1 counter on him. Excess damage dealt to creatures by the Doomslayer is dealt to that creature's controller. I said it as a joke. I genuinely think this thing should say, like, when this creature enters or when a player loses the game, choose a player. All of their creatures must block you, or some other way to mandate that everything has to block you. This is too many creature types that just don't get fucking played.
Yeah,
Like you have angels and Eldrazi that matter.
yeah, angels, Eldrazi's, to some extent demons, and it's just like that's it. And then here's the thing: cowards must block the Doomslayer if able. Most cowards can't block, so what happens is nothing.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so I do like that we tried to go through the game and like pick all the lore specific things that would need to block this guy. I think where that has to meet the reality is the Doomslayer does not know why he is here. He does not know his history. All he knows is that he must kill. And he crashes out pretty unabashedly on like everybody in the Doomslayer games. It's just the Doom games only have these creature types. To translate that to Magic, I would give you a way to pick a player, to put provoke on the card, like at the beginning of each. I'm not gonna wax philosophical too much, but some way to be like Doomslayer's crashing out on you.
I think non-human is a cool idea.
Yeah, non-human is a good in between, where some people are gonna get to skate, but most people aren't going to. I would like that. And then I think Doomslayer gets counters when he kills stuff and he deals excess damage to you directly. That seems fine.
Yeah,
For a 5 mana.
The Doomslayer would absolutely tear elves in half. There's no question in my mind.
Next, we're going to move on to Helios, Devil May Cry character, Urizen, Nefarious Usurper. A 8 mana, which I think is a mistake out of the gate. 8 mana Grixis 7/7. Trample Ward 2. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, return it to the battlefield under your control. It's a demon. Whenever another demon or devil you control dies, put a counter on Urizen and draw a card.
Yeah, no. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Read Lorcan Warlock Collector. That is my. Also, this card is not 4 and then blue, black, black, red. It's 1 black mana and 8 life. Very important to remember that.
No, shut the fuck up. I think this has the Thraxamundar problem in my mind, which is that from the command zone, I tell you, my game plan is to stick a finger in your mouth. You know, Arden is lateral to this one, but Arden doesn't have to kill your creatures. It just requires there to be creatures in graveyards broadly, right? Arden can be like, I could be self-milling. If stuff gets collateraled, great. This is Grave Betrayal in the command zone, which just means when you play him, he dies instantly because nobody wants you to fucking board wipe after you cast this guy.
Horizon is great with Fury, with Slaughter Pact, with Snuff Out, and then we've reached the end of the list.
It's 8 mana commanders do need to be on some shit, but that is the inherent problem with 8 mana commanders, is the play pattern you have to be on is like 90% of, because this is also a commander that does not start doing anything until you have played him. This is not a thing you can be like, I have set the stage, now I'm going to play Arisen, and now the fucked up thing, and now like I get my payoff. This is an 8 mana value engine. If I pour 1 cup of sugar into your value engine, it will explode. And so the types of decks that you end up needing to play with him, I think, don't allow you to showcase him very well. And I think it's just removal bait.
Yeah. Once again, look at the valves they put on Lorcan Warlock Collector and how they designed that card, and then apply those here.
Mm-hmm. I think if you could Helios, if you could come up with a 4 mana version of this effect, I think that's better. I don't think you can give him Grave Betrayal uh
Yeah,
as a
I mean
as a 4 mana effect.
Geese's 4 mana Grave Betrayal, but she gives them Decayed,
Right.
and like there's some things you can do, but this effect is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the problem, Arya, isn't that he's the big top end scary guy. Like, yeah, of course he is. That's perfect. It's just that it's designed poorly in doing that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next, we're gonna move on to you could definitely do Make a Demon. You could definitely do that, Helios. There's been a lot of play in black about like there's like one guy that lets you make 1/1 copies of things that died that turn. There's a lot of things you can do that are similar. Okay, we're moving on to Siren, Kaiser, Mercenary Lord. Holy fuck. Okay, a 4 mana 3/4. Oh, this is a sorcery in whatever cursed MS
Yeah, I
Paint
see. It's an
layout we're
adventure.
using. So for Orzhov, you can mill 4 and put a legendary creature or a mercenary card from among cards milled this way into your hand. The creature side is Flying Vigilance. Other legendary creatures you control enter with an additional bounty counter. At the beginning of your upkeep, if this card is in exile, create a treasure token. That's kind of cool.
At the beginning of your
Coming
upkeep,
up
if
with
this card
the...
is in exile, created. I hate that line of text.
Why do you hate it? What's wrong? Let me make my treasures, bro.
White black, I get a treasure for the rest of the game, and then I never.
Yeah, it's like
I
smothering type, but
It's yeah,
fair.
yeah, 2 mana uninteractable treasure creation, unless you have like an Eldrazi processor.
Let me have it. Yeah, I do think that is. It's not game breakingly good, but this is just like power creep where we didn't need to be creeping. Yeah, it's a soft eminence ability that is quite good. Like adding getting a treasure every turn is not the same as getting an extra land every turn, but it's pretty goddamn good. What could we I'm trying to think of like how you could have it pay off for leaving him in exile.
It also kind of pisses me off a little bit that this puts count like other legendaries enter with a bounty counter, but like if you don't have any other bounty counter synergy, that just does nothing. I wish the second ability of Kaiser should be like creatures you control with bounty counters have +1/+0.
He should suck. He should suck
Yeah, but it
butts.
should still like reference the bounty counters anywhere else on this card, because like bounty
Yeah, but
counters
like
by themselves
treasures are
kind of.
related to bounties.
Yeah, but what does the bounty counter do on this card?
Stuff in the deck. Stuff and things.
Yeah, so I need to run this card with other cards in order to have the bounty counters work. Like, I don't know, that feels so parasitic.
Yeah, I would almost switch it around to like if it's an exile, put a no uninteractable bounty counters also don't make me happy. Yeah, gain 1 life. Um yeah, I'm growing less and less confident that this is a thing we should be doing in the first place, Siren, that we should be having these like exile eminence effects that are positive, even though it is cute.
All right, we good to move on?
Yeah, yeah. All right, next we have Little Mixed Doom's Delta Rune cards. Elk, I'll let you read these because you're the Delta Runer here.
Okay, great. Gerson, Hammer of Justice. 2 green white for a legendary creature, Elder Turtle Warrior. Very good. Vigilance Mentor. At the beginning of combat on your turn, other creatures you control with counters on them gain vigilance until end of turn. Creatures you control with 3 or more kinds of counters on them also gain first strike and trample until end of turn. Yeah. That's his laugh. 2 and a blue tap. You can put a shield counter on target creature, and he's a 5/4. I like really like this card, I think.
I was just thinking, who the fuck would play this card?
It's like worse
I
than like Titus
Oh
indefinitely.
yeah, no, like that's the type of thing where I'm like, this is actually the type of card I want to see for a Universes Beyond crossover because it's like wildly inoffensive.
I
Like
like
it's
it. It's funny.
yeah, I think anybody who likes this, you get this. I won't freak out.
Pretty good. All right. Moving on, it's
Yeah.
the new and improved Susie. Susie, Challenger of Fate. 2 red green for a legendary creature, Lizard Warrior. Training Menace. Whenever one or more counters are removed from Susie, it deals that much damage to any target. This ability triggers only once each turn. And then 2 and a white, remove X counters from Susie. Return target creature with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain X life. X can't be 0. Activate only as a source.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
I really like this card as it is.
Of course I can't. Morally, I cannot support giving the Naya players an excuse to not end the game and instead twiddle their little reanimation loop instead.
She punches you when she does that.
What do you mean she punches you when she does that? I'm talking about Better Heal, not Rude Buster. Like, this seems like the type of shit where they're like, I have a 9/10, but I will spend 3 mana and instead of killing you, I will make it a 3/4 so that I can get my Sun Titan back.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I don't like.
you get your treat back and then you lightning bolt them.
Oh, for 6. Oh my. For 6 no longer commander damage.
Oh,
I think that it oh my god, you motherfuckers. Nobody knows the difference between 21 and 40. My fault. That's my bad actually. I forgot you guys. Um
I love looping
yeah,
Kami of False Hope, so
I know you do. But when I've seen you loop the dumbass bird things, you are not deliberately missing lethal. And I think the card is well designed to work with itself. I do think it's fun for people, which hurts to say. The only thing I don't like about it is that I think it incentivizes you to deliberately miss lethal to do more kooky stuff. And I don't like incentivizing this. Well, I've changed my mind, Little Mix Doom. I've grown as a person. I still think it's well made, but I think it's well made for bad and wrong activities.
all right, let's move on to the awesome Carol Holiday. 3 and white, black, blue for a legendary snow creature, Elk Advisor. When Carol Holiday enters, gain control of target artifact for as long as you control Carol. For as long as you control that artifact, it becomes snow. Whenever a non-land, non-snow permanent becomes tapped, it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step.
This is, I hate to say it, woefully not evil enough for a 6 mana Esper creatures.
Gain control of target artifact does feel very weak. It makes sense, like, in character. And
I mean, the evil top end is Mycosynth Lattice Flicker, and that's it, right? Mycosynth Lattice Displacer Kitten.
yeah, it's just
Oh no, it's only as long as you. Oh,
as long as you control Carol.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, I wish this had a little more spice. I feel like we can do better for Carol.
Yeah, we can soup this up. A 6 mana Esper creature, like we're Tivit is the comparison here. Tivit, Sharoom the Hegemon, like most of these 6 mana Esper creatures are like, oh, I'm counterspelling this, killing it instantly, or I lose it. Taking all artifacts might be something. I could get behind that.
Yeah, I think the second ability maybe should put stun counters. That's just me. I think they're easier to track. First ability, I think you should just like rework that entirely. Maybe gain control of target artifact or creature. Then it's like a control magic.
Yeah.
Or if you want to get a little bit more spicy, you can do or a little less spicy than that, you can do non-commander creature. Right? That's been the safety valve they put on theft effects.
Not let target creature that does not make an 8-year-old cry. All right, tell me about Tenna.
All right, Tenna, Lord of Screens. I don't like that he's Mardu. I think he should, and I don't like that he's white. He doesn't feel very structured. This is like talking character wise, effect wise. We'll see. So one in Mardu, 4 mana total. Legendary artifact creature, construct performer. He's a 4/3. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to an opponent, put a point counter on Tenna. Remove 2 point counters from Tenna. Roll a 6-sided die. Activate only as a sorcery. 1. Create a junk token, you lose 3 life. 2 to 3, create each player sacrifices a creature. 4 to 5, each create a treasure token and you gain 2 life. 6, discover X, where X is Tenna's power. Okay. I don't know. I don't like that Tenna's black. Tenna's not.
Wow! Holy
Okay,
fuck,
buddy.
dude.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Classic Twitch streamer misstep. Holy shit. I don't associate with this animal. I do not know this ungulate, everybody. I would just like to say I hate that he's white.
The 12-page Google Doc. Honestly, I hate that he's white too. I hate both. I wish he was...
having no idea who Tenna is. I don't think that 1/3 of the outcomes for the die roll should be you shooting yourself in the asshole. I don't like that 2 to 3.
Yeah. I think this card should be Izzet. I think Izzet is like Tenna makes a lot of sense for Izzet because he is crazy. He's funny,
fucked up.
He's a funny, ecstatic game show host.
Yeah, and honestly, if we want to give dice rolling some fucking gas, I would just say whenever a creature. Let him stack up crazy point counters. Rolling d6s fucking blows.
He might be too stupid for blue. The thing with blue is like there's a lot of stupid characters that are blue.
We have Bibblethip in blue. Loot is in blue.
Yeah,
at
Loot's
one point.
in blue. Urz is in blue. That guy's a fucking moron. He nuked his son.
Yeah. And only idiots do that. I'm not Dan. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Tell me about Lancer.
All right, Lancer, card prints. 2 red and white for a toy noble. Haste. Whenever you play a card from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Splat dot sound effects. Whenever a non-token modified creature you control dies, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Wow, I really actually like this a lot.
I think this one's pretty hot.
Intro, it's weird that Lancer's white.
What?
This is the bit every time.
I'll stop. I'm done. Also, Little Mixed Doom to the 100-bit cheer. Thank you. There is no precon that has Izzet in its identity. I hate to tell you you've designed the set wrong, my sibling and Adenalcium, but you've designed the set wrong and that's not our fault. I like Lancer, though. I like this. Solid way to build a board. Incentivizes you to play all your little, like, Ren's Resolve. You finally have a reason to play Count on Luck.
Yeah.
And then fuels itself, but not super easily. I like this one. I approve.
All right. Spade King. Rule Tyrant. 3 black-red. Legendary creature. Toy Noble Warrior. Menace, Chaos King. At the beginning of combat each player's turn, that player gains control of target non-legendary creature until end of turn. Untap it and goad it. It gains haste and... So you...
Holy fuck.
You... what is it called? Active aggression for them or threaten for them.
Well, you slicerify a creature.
Yeah.
Effectively. Because the table just agrees, hey,
Yeah.
this one's the best.
Whenever a creature a player controls but doesn't own dies, that player loses 2 life. That's awesome. Yeah, this card's sick. I like it.
I worry that it's like...
It's annoying
I guess
as
the
shit,
menace,
but it's hilarious.
The menace. I'm actually back on it with menace because I was going to say without menace, it feels a lot like, oh, the board just goes to 0 pretty quickly and then the game is in a stall state. But I think the menace saves it.
Yeah.
Because a lot fewer people are going to block.
I like the non-legendary creature thing.
Oh, hold on a second.
That's a safety valve. If it's too strong, you can put a mana value cap on it, like creature power or creature power 3 or less, mana value 3 or less, right? So there's safety valves you can do on top of what it's doing currently, which is interesting. Yeah, like you can do
Okay, I'm
that.
back.
I don't think it's necessary to do a creature that has power less than this creature's power. Like, you don't have to do that yet, but if it is too strong, there is like a valve you can turn, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think non-legendary is a more than good enough valve.
Any problematic
TBH.
comments you'd like to make on this one? I've thought of like at least 3, but I don't think I can say them on Twitch. So let's move on. Snowgrave. Mald's texting it while streaming.
No, I'm.
Get off your phone, dance for us, clown.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Hold on. One second, everybody.
I'm gonna check my work email. Hey, my order's on the way. And now I'm getting spam from this thing that I had to use to sign a contract with someone. Okay, beautiful. I love that. That makes me so happy. I love spam mail.
Okay, I'm back. I'm locked in.
All right, great. Happy to hear. Snowgrave. 3 blue black for a legendary snow instant. If snow mana was spent to cast the spell, it has split second. Very cool. Exile target creature. Create a token that is a copy of the exiled creature, except it is a snow wall, loses all abilities, and gains defender. I don't like the loses all abilities. I think in gains defender is fine. Snow wall and gains defender. 5 mana, that's good. We're great.
5 mana, I'm like 5 mana. You can just invoke the winds. 5 mana, I can just take it.
Yeah,
unconditionally.
Read comeback wrong, right? This is kind of like comeback wrong, but it's that comeback wrong's 3 mana. It is a sorcery, I suppose, but this would be Axe the loses all abilities. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I want to take
and
your
it's legendary for sure. Yeah. Let this get a little freakier, but I like it though.
All right.
Oh, word.
Dark World Formation. 3 black red. Legendary sorcery. Each player shuffles each non-legendary permanent they control into their owner's library. Each player then reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of cards revealed this way, or shuffled this way. They put an amount of permanent cards revealed this way onto the battlefield equal to the number of legendary creatures they control +1. Then put the revealed. This is way too many words. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
if you don't control legendary creatures, you don't get anything.
Yeah, you get fucking nothing. It looks like it is meant to incentivize like a Dihada-esque deck, like a Mardu legendary soup angle. But then you don't actually wait. No, then you don't. You still don't get any. Like you need to be mixed legendary, non-legendary, or you need to be like legendary permanents that make non-legendary tokens.
You shuffle all your things.
+1! They're yelling, +1! You always get 1!
You always get 1? Yeah, the fact that I glossed over it is really like an issue with the card. You always get 1 back. So you shuffle everything back except for legends and lands. You get 1 thing back that's a permanent, equal to the number of things, like blah, 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 blah. Like not equal to the number of shuffles. Reveal the top 10 cards of your library. You get to pick 1, it comes back. And then you get a bonus for each legend or something.
Yeah, I like what you're trying to do. This does feel this feels like a Wheel of Misfortune situation.
Yeah, too many damn words on this thing. Tweak it a little bit. I understand the flavor as well. All right, telling the legend. 4 white blue legendary sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on any number of target creatures. Then each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library. Each player who does draws 7 cards. Exile telling the legend. Dude, Willbreaker loves this card. 6 mana, I target everything in play. All mine now. I love this. This is cool.
I think it's fine. I'm not grabbed by the flavor, but I don't play Deltarune.
It's not giving telling the legend, but it's fine if it synergizes with other things in the precon, and that's all fine and dandy. All right, detachable hands. Fuck yes. Okay, XX red green, legendary instant. Target creature you control gains protection from everything until end of turn. Then it fights up to X target creatures you don't control. Okay. So it's 4 mana for the first kill, 6 mana for the second kill, 8 mana for the third kill,
3.
And then until then it's a 2 mana protection for a. It should be target legendary creature, maybe, but it is a legendary.
It's already
instant,
a legendary instant.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Gruul protection spell feels a little bit weird.
We got the bodyguard.
Yeah, there's a Gruul bodyguard that you can sack to give. I think specifically pro everything instead of like indestructible or hexproof.
Yeah,
is a little bit strange, but pro everything
indestructible could be cool.
Or hexproof indestructible would at least be more in line with how Gruul typically defends itself. I don't think I've ever seen a Gruul card, a green, red, or Gruul card defend itself with pro everything, but I always see these motherfuckers go, I'm hexproof, I'm indestructible.
Yeah, hexproof indestructible. If you want to get spicy trample, yeah, I agree with that. All right.
Progenitus has pro everything, you're banned. Have a good day. Have a good day, you motherfucker.
All right. We good to move on?
Yeah, we're good.
Wanderlust. By the way, thank you, MX Doom. I always like looking at cards from IPs that I know. Wanderlust. Blue, red, green. Enchantment. The first adventure spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. At the beginning of your end step, return all permanent cards with an adventure cost you own in exile to your hand. Ooh.
Wow. So you get to reuse all your adventures.
Buy back 0 adventures. That shit's like a little annoying, low key. Return all permanent cards with adventures on them.
Because this is I have to mana fix for this, and I'm in like green, but as far as like if a green deck, if a Temur deck gets their Birds of Paradise turn 1, and I'm getting ready for like, oh, what's your fucking stupid ass value engine? And they play this, and then like turn 3, they start playing adventures.
Yeah.
I think they're allowed to have that.
I think this is just rewards really annoying play patterns. It should be like the first adventure spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. At the beginning of your end step, return a permanent card. You may return a permanent card you own to its owner's hand or something. So you have to cast the creature from exile, and then maybe you get the chance to bounce it back to your hand. So you're at least casting the
I like
creature
that.
Instead of buyback zeroing all of them every end step from exile. Like the cool thing about adventure creatures is they're an adventure and a creature.
Yeah, I like that too, because then it lets you do more like Temur. It lets it pseudo synergize with Temur self bounce, so your play patterns can be a little bit more varied, where you can have some like good ETBs going on. Dowerport Mage can go in this deck, and you can feel cool and kooky about that. I like that. I'm going to amend my thought process to reflect Elks, because I'm always right, because I have a YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Tell me about the Smoke Binder.
Jeskai Smoke Binder. 2 mana, white blue. For a creature human shaman, you may cast this spell as though it had flash if you pay 2 more, or behold a dragon as an additional cost. When this creature enters, if it isn't your turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt by creatures opponents control this. So it's a 2 mana 3/1 that doesn't do anything, or it's a 4 mana / behold a dragon fog. That is one-sided.
Oh, and Flicker Fog.
Ooh,
Listen, guys, or
yeah.
we didn't need the blue-white players to get Spore Frog loops. Because that's what this is. This is just the control player's Spore Frog loop. Because, like, Flicker's already really playable. And this just... Okay, this goes in my Flicker deck, you can never touch me again.
Yeah.
I think if you did, when this creature enters, if it isn't your turn, and you cast it, then I would be okay.
They do already have Spore Frog loops, but let's not traumatize Mauled here.
Let's not give them more, though.
Yeah.
We don't have to be like, the baby got into the meth once. Now we should just... Now he's going to get all itchy if we don't let him have it.
All right. Let's look at Path to Exile. 1 in a green. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. This is too strong to also have an aftermath that says exile target creature for 2 mana.
Bro, fuck Farseek, I guess. Or sorry, fuck Rampant Growth. My fault,
This
dude.
is way too strong. Way
Rampant creep.
too strong.
Rampant creep.
White doesn't just exile a creature for 2 mana. You need to... Not anymore.
Yeah, they gotta be tapped. Hey!
That creature has to be tapped.
They gotta be attacking.
Exile also exists as a card name already. But it kind of fits here, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, what if Rampant Growth tutored a land to field and a removal spell to my hand?
Sorcery does not matter. That does not save this card.
Yeah, I think we make it... You make it more expensive. If you want to give Rampant Growth, hey, this gets you a land to field and a removal spell in your hand.
Fuckers are just running Rampant Growth.
Yeah.
They are just doing that.
Okay, let's move on. But first, I need to hit the manual ad break. Are you good to hit yours real quick?
I'm good to do so. And you can't name it 2 exile because 2 is already implied. Next card, Swords to Plowshares. Wait, that's coded.
Path 2 to exile. Path 2 to exile. Holy fuck. I'm trying to think about what other drama's happening in my life right now while we're in the ad break.
Did you see the stupid comment on my video? It was so funny.
The like paragraph long one you made a short about?
Yes, that one.
I did, yeah. It was quite funny. How many views is that short at?
40,000 in one day.
I'm so happy for you.
That's 10,000 more than my previous upload. Yeah, the Totor copy pasta.
Must be fucking nice. Must be fucking nice.
I'll pop the bubble slightly. I'll pop the bubble of illusion a little bit. The person DM'd me, joined my Discord. I gave him a special role that says Totor, and it has like a demonic tutor with an X through it. And
holy fuck!
And they DM'd me, and they're like, "I love your videos." I got really high, and it was just shit posting.
That's so funny.
I'm like, I don't care. It's a work of art. It's so funny.
Stirfire, thank you for the prime. Welcome back to the dog home. That's beautiful.
Yeah, if you guys are in my Discord, you can literally see in the member list. It's under all of them. There's one user, Kevin, with the Totor's role. That is the wordsmith himself. Themself? I believe themself, yes.
Have you seen that? You seen that hybrid mana shit they're talking about?
Yeah, I'm fucking hyped. I want it.
Yeah, what I don't get is so many people saying it's gonna open up broken interactions.
There's so many people that are like, this ruins the sanctity of the commander format. I'm like, fucker, everything's doing that nowadays, I guess. Who cares? It's funny. I love it.
I don't even think it breaks the sanctity because the intention of hybrid mana was that they could have gone in any color anyway. And somebody tried to sell me on the it's unintuitive angle, and I really don't believe that, because it seems pretty intuitive to me to go, if the lands in my commander deck can cast the spell and activate the abilities on it, I can play it.
Yeah, so here's the major thing that like I feel does support the unintuitive angle is that if you look at like Batwing Broom,
Hmm.
you read it and it's like, okay, this is an Orzhov card, but it has in its text box white and black there. Here's my argument. It should just work anyway. Like you should be allowed to run Batwing Broom.
Well, because you can never get the white side of it anyway, right?
Yeah, you can't get the white side of it, but if
If
you're in a
you
white deck and you run Urborg, then you can get both. If you're a mono white deck with Urborg. And
Yeah.
I was talking with Khan on the podcast, right? Our podcast coming out this week is about this and all the proposed changes and everything. And I was talking to Khan, and Khan's like, what's stupid is if you have a mono white deck with a combo in it, you can run Beseech the Queen. And if you have Urborg, then you can pay 3 black mana for a tutor to tutor for your combo piece. And I'm like, motherfucker, that sounds funny as hell.
That's funky.
That's funny
Honestly,
as hell.
that might be the only situation that has ever been presented to me where you could hit me with a gotcha and I would shake your hand about it. That's like there's so many gotchas in Magic just feel so fucking stupid. It's like, oh my god, what? You played lands with Scute Swarm out? Oh my god, you resolved AC? Yeah, you really got me. If you fucking mono white Urborg Beseech the Queen me, shake my hand. Shake my hand, dog. You got me. Shit, that's my fault. That's my fault. You got me.
Yeah, companions are another big thing. It's like companions are all hybrid mana, which is hype as fuck. Because companions, where they suck in every other format, they're very fun in Commander because the deck building restriction is really hard when you are already 99 card singleton.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, ads over. Back to business.
Hell yeah. All right, Silk Songs. Silk Song card.
Silk Stonks.
Silk Song card. Tune back in 3 minutes, non-players, I guess, if you don't want spoils. Okay, we have
All right.
All right. Hogwark Dancers. 4 white for a 3/3 construct performer with first strike and reach. When it enters the battlefield, if it was cast, create a token that's a copy of it. As long as you control exactly 2 creatures named Hogwark Dancers, each of them gets +1/+1 and has double strike. Okay, so it's Brothers Yamazaki. Or like Stang Twin.
Except it fucking rocks.
First strike, reach, double strike. Reach feels a little weird on a white card, and double strike feels a little bit... Okay, double strike's cute, because you get the first strike normally, but if you have both of them, you get double strike, which is funny.
I like this a lot. This is like 6 mana, because this is a 6 mana ass beater.
This is a 6 mana 8/8 double strike across 2 boxes.
Hell yeah, it is. And that for commit, like, listen, there is some draft format that is dead in the fucking ground because of this card. But having a thing that is like, I spend 6 mana on an 8/8 double striker, and if you spend 1 removal spell, now I have a 4/4 first striker.
Yeah.
Or 3/3 first striker.
This makes so much sense for how they are in the game. I think the only gripe I have is reach, and that's really it.
Yeah, I doubt it needs reach. All right, we're moving on to Milk. They have the Silent Assaultai 3/4 with Menace and Toxic 3. At the beginning of your end step, remove a poison counter from each opponent. For each poison counter removed this way, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Then if you drew any cards this way, discard a card.
This is amazing flavor. Holy smokes.
Yeah, the flavor's really good.
Yeah, for those that don't know, in Poison, in Slay the Spire, poison ticks down.
Yeah.
So removing poison is a no-no. That's not true, Storm V Rider. Removing poison from yourself is a no-no. You're not allowed to remove poison from yourself. But you're allowed to remove poison from opponents. I think if you remove poison counters from opponents, yeah, they lose life. Yeah, great. It kills them even though they're poisoned.
I think it should be more life. That's my one real change, because it does push on that same problem I had with one of the cards earlier, which was we're taking a weak strategy, which is poison, and we're saying I'm going to delay my poison kill, which is already bad, for other advantage that is also not that strong. So it feels a lot like I get, I could be killing you, but I'm not going to do that because that's not the vibe right now. And I don't like that energy to the play pattern. And so I think you shouldn't be like drawing two cards or anything, but you should be taking like 4 life. You should be taking a healthy amount off the top
Yeah, I
if
think I
you're
agree.
gonna,
If you have a poison counter, you're getting dome for 5.
yeah. Also, triple mango threats in chat. If you like the YouTube videos, please clap for them. Do not applaud their statement. They're super wrong about this card. Next, we're going to the defect. A 1 and a Jeskai for a 3/3 with haste, and when the defect enters the battlefield or attacks, make a colorless orb artifact token. At the beginning of your end step, choose X, where X is the number of orb tokens you control. You may choose the same mode more than once. The defect deals 3 damage to any target, or make a 0/2 ice wall creature token with defender. We gotta at least pretend there's a choice.
Yeah, deal 3 damage to any target is so infinitely better than make a shitty wall.
And it's so easy to get out of control in Jeskai as well. To go, oh my god, how am I gonna get more artifact tokens? This should be like
3 life, draw a card is the second mode. It should be because ice spheres.
oh, to make it compete. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the damage should drop because this has haste.
Yeah. Also, haste when it enters the battlefield or attack. So you get 2 orbs right away. You should just get 1 orb first. It should have haste, and you have to crash out to get it.
Oh yeah, if this was just attacks and you got haste, then I'm more on board with it. But like, yeah, free lightning bolt the turn you play it, into 2 lightning bolts the next turn, into probably like 7 the next turn. I think gaining life as an option would also be okay, but I do think the numbers need to be tweaked and these need to actually be like equally attractive rather than like, oh, I could do a lightning bolt, but because I'm in bracket 2, that would not be very considerate. So instead I will make dog shit 0/2s.
Yeah. Second mode should be gain 3 life, draw a card. First mode, it's lightning bolt's pretty strong, and maybe there should be some sort of mana gate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Dror Ragzlin from Terrence93. A 4 mana red 4/4 with first strike. Goblins, ogres, and orcs you control have +1/+1 in melee. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2 mana to make 2 1/1 goblins. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if a creature an opponent controlled died this turn, you may pay 1 and a black. If you do, draw a card, lose 1 life.
There's a lot of small issues with this card that add up to
like
being,
nothing. Like
that,
nothing.
That add up pretty hard.
Like nothing at all.
+1/+1 in melee is awkward. Melee already gives +X/+X when you crash out. So I think it should just be melee.
I agree with that.
Secondly, Warhorn, at the beginning of your upkeep, the most awkward time to be paying mana because you haven't drawn your card for turn. It should be at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, in my opinion, to get a Krenko's commander. And Speak with Dead is something that Dror Ragzlin does once because he has a scroll. it's like not intrinsic to his character.
He can get more scrolls. He can loot a lot. I think you can do pre-combat main phase for Warhorn because there is a lot of red deck. There are a lot of red decks that like to go with haste strategies.
Exhaust ability.
So do pre-combat for the goblins. What I like is that this is finally a champion for like goblin decks that is not just fucking Krenko but worse. Like it gives them an angle to not be Krenko, and I do enjoy that. So I'm trying to let you keep it. I think the fact that he only does it once in the game is like, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Having played the game, I'm officially an expert on Baldur's Gate 3, and I allow you to misrepresent it. No, not exhaust. Post-combat main. Let them draw cards. All right, next we're going to Little Mix Doom's obligatory Toho custom. What is Toho? I thought it was a genre.
It's like a game. It's like gacha or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay.
I'm mentally well, so I've never involved myself with Toho.
I'm too healthy for Toho. All right, Watari Nina, misinformed Mirage, a 1 and an Esper for a 2/4 with Ward 2 at the beginning of each player's end step. That player makes a token that is a copy of a non-illusion creature they control, except it has base power and toughness 1/1, and is an illusion in addition to its other types. That token is goaded for the rest of the game. It's a conspiracy. Whenever an illusion dies, its owner discards a card, and you draw a card.
Okay, but that's like beautiful if I'm playing Atraxa. Like, I look at an illusion at Traxa.
Fuck,
I draw
yeah.
12, and then it's like
I was almost interested, but yeah, this is the I feed you the game.
it's like, oh, my opponent's playing Atraxa. Oh, they discard a card when the Atraxa gets legend ruled.
Right. And even if it's not a Traxa, there's so many decks that are running good enough ETBs that they would be like, "Oh, hell yeah, actually."
Yeah, Flame Tongue Kavu pay the ward too. Ugh. Yeah, it is decently strong, sadly. Um, and it's ugh. I like that you get the token first, but it's like we're playing with fire here. This gives braids, you know what I mean? Blue braids.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does feel like it is a card designed to immediately punt the game into specific decks, but it against decks that aren't ready for it, it's really cool. Like I really like it until you happen to sit down with somebody playing an ETB deck. And then it's like, "Oh, you just scoop that shit up. Scoop that, play something else. Play something else." But if it's into decks where people aren't building around their own flicker strategy, I think it's really cool.
All right. Kaiju Knight Real.
Gotta be, yeah. Gotta be. Ionis and 3 in Jeskai, already wrong. For a 5/5 with Flash, Flying, and Vigilance, Reforge of 1 in a Jeskai. When this creature dies, exile it. This is templated like a casting cost. Until the end of your next turn, you may cast this card for its Reforge. Oh, so this is whenever it dies. If you do, it enters with a finality counter. Okay, so it's 6 mana, and if it's killed, I can replay it until the end of my next turn for 4. When it enters or attacks, you may remove a counter from up to 3 other creatures you control. For each counter removed this way, choose 1. Ionis and Cathorac deal 3 to any target. You draw a card, you gain 4 life.
The word other creatures you control, like that string is saving this card. So heavy.
Yeah. I This feels not impactful enough to be a 6 mana commander, but that does make me feel like if anybody wanted to play it, I would immediately allow it.
I'm imagining like you have like a couple creatures that get some counters over the course of the game, and then you just pass your turn on turn 6 when you have 6 mana, and then
Yeah.
you go flash it in, lightning bolt your thing. I draw a card, I gain 4 life. You kill it. I'm like, okay, great. Reforge, here he is again. I think this card's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Totally fine in my book. I'm not inspired by it, but I'm not shrieking. Next, we have Vizix Scour, a 7 mana. Stop making expensive commanders! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Maybe
I
it's like
freaked
a
out.
Damia Stage of Stone. Maybe it's really good.
Ward, sack a non-token creature. Real, I like that. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has overload. No. Its overload cost is mana cost increased by 3. No, 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 wrong, no, bad. We've seen this before, and even if it works as intended, the consequence is merely that you have to go fuck yourself. Not this slaps. Of course it slaps. That's why you can't have it.
Yeah, wow. This is I mean, it's fair
overlord.
because it's 7 mana, but it's also just like this shouldn't exist.
Genuinely, actually, that's a 7 mana card. That makes it. Now I'm actually, yeah, okay. You know what? 7 mana. Um, hmm. At 7, you do have to kind of fuck the whole game up. So I don't think it's overpowered for a 7 mana commander. I think the deck you make with this sucks. I think the deck you make with this is like removal dot deck, and it is extremely unexciting for you if you don't get to your commander in time. And even if you do get to your commander on time, it's extremely unexciting for everyone else. Also, Exotic Show, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 8th month in a row. Chat, can we get some 07s in chat for Exotic Show's upcoming job interviews? I believe in you, bestie. I believe in you. Much more than I believe in Visic Scour. Much more than I believe in this fuck up.
Right.
You could try it. This is the type of card I'd let you try.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny cards that exist, but honestly, I'm trying to think of a single broken thing to do with this, and it's like I don't want to overload. I don't want to overload my fucking time warp. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's just you overloading removal to get a bunch of cheap one-sided board wipes, which is what I disenjoy about this. If someone can give me like, oh, here's the funny gas you get. This
Oh
is
yeah,
just like I overload and vote.
Boomerang is 5 mana, one-sided upheaval, but that's like whatever. I've resolved my 7
You,
drop.
you do like invoke to win 7 mana. I control every creature on the board. Okay, next we have Elch, the Exponential. A 5 mana Simic 1/2. When you cast this card, make a token copy of it, except it's not a legendary. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, if X is equal to the number of creatures named Elch, the Exponential you control, copy that spell and make a token copy of Elch, except it's not legendary.
This card is perfect.
That's kind of freaky.
I want this to
That's
be
a
4
little
mana.
bit. I'd accept that. I hate to say it. I hate to give the Simic players anything, but I love it when the Simic players actually have to make a fucking effort. Like, this is what Volo should have been. This is what Volo should have been 100%. I like this a lot.
Yeah,
Thumbs up.
great. It's just
All right,
too
next.
expensive.
Yeah, too fair. Next we have Mahito, Abhorrent Transmuter, a 5 mana Grixis 4/4 with Death Touch, and whenever a creature dealt damage. Also, okay, hold on, we gotta pause. Thank you for not trying to give Idle Transfiguration its own different keyword. It's very acceptable as Death Touch. Good job. Thank you. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Mahito this turn dies, exile it instead. Search that creature's controller's library for a creature card, put it onto the battlefield under that player's control with a curse counter on it, then that player shuffles. Creatures with curse counters can't attack you. So that thing I said about you not going too deep on Idle Transfiguration, I'd like to just take that one back.
But this card's like cool.
It's...
But you can fail to find, right? Am I stupid?
Yeah, you can... I presume you can fail to find. This does seem like a game throwing machine. It should only be for opponent's creatures. Oh, well, sure. Yeah. Yeah, so we're not doing it to our own stuff.
Yeah, don't fail. So yeah, in order to stop it from failing to find, you have to word it like guided passage. Where it's like reveal that player's library. And choose a creature card. Reveal that player's library.
Oh, I'm so torn because this is like...
I imagine this is the best design of Mojito you've ever seen.
It is. It really is. And I'm just worried about how long you extend the game clock and the level of information overload you give yourself every time you have to go like, okay, I got one of your creatures. Do I fail to find? Do I find this thing that you'll kill Jared with? What? It's so almost there. It's so almost there. So I'm going to tentatively say, I think reveal from top until you reveal a creature is it prevents the information overload error. It does not prevent the Mahito accidentally throws the game error. Of course, Helios, yes. That said, Mahito is kind of a thrower in the show, so I kind of like that more. Actually, now I'm back on board. Yeah, for lore reasons, Mahito does throw the game. So
Okay.
that's cool, actually. Fuck yeah.
We have a Skullbriar as well.
Hell yeah. Tell me about Skullbriar.
Skullbriar the Undercurrent. Black, green, blue. Legendary creature, zombie elemental, menace. When Skullbriar enters, mill cards equal to its power, then put a +1/+1 counter on it. For each type milled this way. Counters remain on its Skullbriar text. Its counters stay on it everywhere.
Genuinely just 2025 glow up.
Yeah, this
He's
is.
too weak.
It's a Skullbriar that also mill engines.
Skullbriar, but I need Fierce Guardianship. They keep putting a -1/-1 counter on him. They keep getting him.
It's not strictly better, but it is.
Yeah, it is. Come on.
He doesn't have haste,
Come
and he's one
on.
more mana.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Doesn't have haste.
It does mill a lot. I think Skullbriar should be the only card that does Skullbriars. I don't like multiple Skullbriars exist. That's just me.
I think what I will give this card is if we were able to excise the original Skullbriar from the timeline and then drop this one in, this one would be more fun.
Yes.
But I agree that we shouldn't be getting here's Skullbriar, and then by the way, it's been 10 years. Here's Power Crep Skullbriar.
Yeah, me the Immortal can exist, and I can still have that opinion. They're not conflicting. I like that Skullbriar, like when it was the only Skull.
All right, next we got who submitted these? B. They're all Daybound, Nightbound. Holy fuck. First one's Banished Cathar, a 3-mana 1/4 with Flash and Defender. When you cast a spell, draw a card. When this creature enters, if another creature you control is the target of an aura spell, change the target of that spell to this creature. And then they flip at nighttime to Unbound Howler, a 4/4 that gives a creature hexproof and +1/+1 until end of turn whenever they ETB or transform into Unbound Howler. These don't feel like they talk to each other enough.
They don't at all. And if another creature controls the target of an aura spell, holy specific. Wow.
Me, when I do the freakiest combat trick you have ever seen in your life, it is me putting all that glitters on a different target than I originally told you.
Yeah, wow. Oh, yeah. I have a flash redirection spell for your removal, but only if it's an aura.
Yeah, I think this one should go back in the kiln a little bit.
When you cast the spell, draw card's so weird too.
That's fine though. That one I can at least understand the intent and, mess with the intent. Next we have Inflicted Mage, a 4-mana 2/3. When this creature enters, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, I see you, Archaeomancer. You're mancing.
Yeah.
At night, it becomes Succumb to the Wild, which is not named like a creature, but it's a 3/4 with Menace. When they deal combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery with mana value X or less without paying its mana cost, where X is the amount of damage this creature dealt to that player.
From your graveyard,
I'm
or from
rocking
your hand?
with this one.
You may cast target instant or sorcery spell. I imagine from your graveyard.
Oh, from your hand, gotta be. For no small part, because I will kill you if it's from anywhere but your hand.
You can't target from hand. That's true. So
Oh.
And also it's just better than Archaeomancer, but if it's Nightbound time, then you don't get the Archaeomancer trick. So awkward. I don't like this. I want this to be an Archaeomancer. Sadly, it's nighttime. Like, don't all the Daybound Nightbound cards work on the backside as well? They do the same thing on both sides. They're just better at it during nighttime.
I don't think that's true. No.
I think
many of them. I think many of them are like that, but I do not think it is a rule. Let me go look at the prior art.
Generally true, but not totally. I think, yeah, the fact that we're 0 for 2 for those makes this really weird.
I think they generally do a little, they do like a little riff on it. And so I could see get something from my graveyard back to my hand, and I could see get something for free out of my graveyard.
Yeah, but they also just have anti-synergy. I returned my cool instant sorcerer that I cast. Oop, it became night. Well, now it's out of my graveyard, so I can't cast it for free with
Yeah,
this
but now I
card.
hard cast it and then I free cast it. Fuck yeah. I'm cool. I have a YouTube channel and I'm right.
Exactly. Just because you're YouTube doesn't mean you're right.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Anyway,
Moon Mist
Moon
Amp.
Mist Ambusher. A 4-mana
Ninjutsu.
2/2 with Ninjutsu for 4 mana. When this creature enters, tap target creature and opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. If target creature's controller has no untapped creature, draw a card. And then the night side is whenever this creature attacks, destroy target tapped creature.
The ninjutsu doesn't do anything. It's like, why am I ninjutsuing the Moon Mist Ambusher?
Yeah, we can't. We do gotta take ninjutsu straight the fuck off this card, but this is another one where I think it talks to each other better. You know, where I play this guy, I tap something with a stun counter, and then if they let it become night, if that dumbass lets it become nightbound, I get to blow them up.
Yeah,
I like that.
this is a cool card. It's a tapper on the front, and then on the back, it's a removal guy. I'm happy to have either.
All right, last we got Working Steed Cobbler. 1 and a red for a 0/1 with first strike, but it gets 2+2/+0 if it has an equipment attached to it. On the backside, it's a 1/1 with first strike that gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it.
This is perfect. This is exactly what a day night design should look like.
Yeah, beautiful. We ramped up over the course of these. I like this one. I agree. I like this one the most. I like the one before this the second most, except take off fucking ninjutsu. I like the one before this the third most, and that first one has words on it.
Yeah.
All right, Gleaner's Backpack from a different bee. 4 mana, 2 and 2 green. Whenever one or more creatures attack you, equipped creature explores.
I thought I read that as explodes.
Thank
It's
you.
like
Hold on, let me.
equipped creature explodes. What does this mean?
1 second, Alcathan. So yeah, this is the only. Back on the side. This is the only clip I have.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, he lied to us.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Because I was like, man, it sucks that the doorbell thing didn't make a noise. But like, it's crazy that I couldn't hear knocking because I don't have music playing or anything.
Yeah.
So he didn't knock, he didn't come to the door. He just fucking like walked around the side of our house and then fucked off.
That's so rude.
Also, chat says hi.
Hello, chat.
Hi, Z.
Elk says hi.
Hi, Elk. Okay. Well, hopefully we can still make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. 4 mana, whenever one or more creatures attack you, equipped creature explores. Whenever you choose to put an explored card into your graveyard, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Tap, do this only once each turn.
What I don't like about this card is
That it sucks?
It sucks hard. It's 7 mana before you get any benefit, and the benefit is shit. Path of Discovery. The second part is always on. That part's cool. But the issue is that second part is very clunky because when you explore, you either put a land into your hand or you put a card into your graveyard. If you're putting a card into your graveyard, you don't have a land in your hand. If you put a land into your hand, you're not putting a card in the graveyard. Right? So
Yeah,
it's
I think we
juxtaposed. It's awful. That's so weird.
I think we tried to make it safe, and I think we've made it underwhelming. Like we talk a lot about broken cards. This is broken in the other way, where it's just I'm trying to think of use cases where I am happy to play this card, and I don't think it's ever there. Because the static, I do like, and we've seen these before, static effects on equipment on top of the equipped juice. And I think the static effect could do with being a bit better.
Yeah, it's just this card does so little, so poorly.
Mm-hmm. Ozone is lucky. Thank you for the Prime sub for the third month in a row. I love Maldhound Money Day. Next, we got Whitebread's Pokemon Legends ZA spoilers. Dragalgus, Sea Dragon, a 4-mana green fish with Wither. It's a 3/5 with Wither. When it enters, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. For 6, one of which is black mana, you get to transform it into Mega Dragalg, Ocean Plague, a 6/8 that gives all creatures you control Wither. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, if its toughness was less than 1, that player gets a poison counter and you draw a card. This ability can only trigger 3 times per turn.
We've entered awkward territory. If you had to put this ability can only trigger 3 times per turn on a card, you've done something horrifically wrong. And then also the front side, just like I put 3 -1/-1 counters on your creature does not feel green.
Well, that's because it's Golgari. I don't know if you can see that black in the
right.
transform cost,
Yeah,
but it's a Golgari card.
The color identity doesn't mean anything.
That's right. If you'd like to get your fucking dick out of the pie, Elk, and let the color pie do what it does best.
This is
do we get any mono green Wither creatures?
Yeah, there's mono green Wither, but it's not like it doesn't. There's no creatures in green that like punches your shit except for like Thorn Mammoth, and that's a fight, right? I don't think there's like this is like a red effect. A creature enters and it bites something.
Oh yeah, ETB. I shoot you for my power is much more of a red or black thing.
Yeah, but black in the form of like it's giving -3/-3 effectively, and red in the form of like Flame Tongue Kavu.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. So Time said, without the limit, something like Meat Hook or Massacre Girl would insta-kill people. I'm going to raise an argument there. I think that if I spend 4 mana, and then I spend, 6 mana to flip this guy, and then I cast a Toxic Deluge, and all of you have 10 or more creatures, I deserve to win.
Yes. Also,
I think I deserve to win that game.
We're mixing Poison, Wither, and it's like, what if you just lost like 2 life? It was a Massacre.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Mega Eel Boy. But yeah, if we're worried about it, I think this doesn't have to be poison counters. If it does have to be poison counters, I think this should be balanced in such a way that you don't have to put, like, the limit should either be once per turn or we don't have a limit, IMO. Because we also have no ward on this fucking thing.
Yes.
I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. All right, we got No Legs. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Kit, Cheerful Inventor. 1 and an Is It for a 2/2. Partners with Captain Sargus of the Spring Ends. For 1, a red and a blue, create a copy of target non-vehicle, non-human creature you control, except it's a vehicle artifact with crew X, where X is its power. Kit crews vehicles as if her power were 99 greater.
Okay.
Captain Sargus is a 4/5 artifact. Creatures have trample. The first time each artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player each turn, you may have that creature deal that much damage to target creature or planeswalker. Hateful. That seems fine.
What I like most about these two is that it's a 5-drop and a 6-drop effectively, because you want to go 5-drop Captain Sargus, and then you want to go 6 as a 6-drop. You pay 3 mana, and then you pay 3 mana again. Make a non-token vehicle, non-human creature into a vehicle.
Yeah.
So that is cool. I think we're doing slightly too much across 2 partners. Partners, you have to be really careful.
I think it is. I think it's pretty okay. I will differ. I think it's like maybe a little bit too much, but vehicles so broadly suck that I'm willing to let them have a little too much. But that's why I'm not allowed on the Wizards design team.
Yeah.
All right, next we're doing Brackish Brits Badgers. Are there going to be more customs opened up after all these are done? If we get finished with these, I have no fucking idea. Badgers, 1 green, 1/1. A deck can have any number of cards named Badgers. Tap 4 untapped Badgers you control. Create 2 mushroom tokens. Their artifacts with 1 in a tap. Sacrifice this artifact. Target player gets a poison counter. You're funny. You're funny, but you also don't work for Wizards for a reason.
Yeah, it's funny. I would be so happy if Wizards never made another artifact token.
That's too goddamn bad. That's too goddamn
Mutagen
bad.
tokens coming down the pipeline. Yummy, more artifact token slop.
This fucking thing. Yeah, you know, I don't want you to have your deck of like 50 Badgers, 1 Beast Whisperer, and then lands. But it is funny.
Oh.
All right, next we have Ko-Fi redeems from Kaitera. Hoshino Terror, a 5 mana 8/8. As an additional cost to cast it, sack a creature. Hoshino Terror has indestructible as long as your commander is in your graveyard and has all abilities of all commanders in your graveyard.
That's really funny. You have to be very careful though, because a lot of commanders are planeswalkers. And that is
true.
really weird on an indestructible creature. When Tevish Zot is in your graveyard, you just go, okay, plush my Tevish Zot.
No. All right, we see commander creatures. I'm chill. I think that's cool and neat. Then we have Akira, Benevolent Thief. 5 mana Azorius 4/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target opponent investigates. If they do, whenever Akira deals combat damage to them, gain control of target artifact they control. Creatures that player controls can't block Akira this turn. Oh, so that whenever I deal combat damage is a certainty. Permanents you control but don't own have hexproof and indestructible.
Okay, so the first one is just like you guaranteed steal something and because you make them a clue. So bare minimum, you get a clue, can't be blocked, and then yeah. But you can steal like a Balsa Citadel instead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think that for a 5 power, a 5 mana creature that does not have haste, it being trade deal, you get a clue, I get your best artifact. I think that's roughly powerful enough. What I worry the most about is that it is such a narrow theft effect that if the deck is built around leveraging this, you will just brick a lot of the time.
yeah, like what Thada Adele does better than this is like you can look at their entire library and then cast what's best for you. This is like, yeah, I look and play and you are sandbagging your artifacts justifiably because you don't want them stolen.
Maybe if we want to do art, I would say maybe like historic.
Historic, non-commander historic permanent.
Yeah. Because then that lets you get their legendaries. It opens it up to sagas. Like it makes it just broad enough that I would expect that the deck could always play Magic, even if it wasn't always popping off. All right, now we're back to
Jawilly 69. Thank you for subbing, by the way.
hell yeah, Jawilly. You're my fucking personal hero. I love you, Jawilly. Thank you, Jawilly. Good job. All right, we're going back to Elikman's Sigmar cards. These are want to be playable for both limited and commander. Mortek Guard. 1 and a white for a 1/1 with a squad cost of 3. On ETB, choose 1. Put a counter on something you control or make a 1/1.
We've removed the 2 Brid cost from squad, which I love.
Yeah.
This card is great.
Yep. I think this is all right. 5 mana for 2 2/2s. Okay. I'm not tweaking. 2 mana for a 2/2. Okay. Yeah. I like this.
Great job.
Cavalos Lance, a 3 mana instant. Choose 1. Deal damage equal to the number of creatures you control to a creature or battle, or make a 2/2 Skeleton Knight.
Yeah, this is fine. It's common. Great job. We've done it.
Great trick. Good trick. You're sneaky. You got me. I flipped your control point mid combat, and that did something for me. I do want to applaud you for this. This is a design where I can think of, having seen all the other cards in the set, all the little weird angles you want to go for, but we didn't have to print all the words for all those weird little angles on the card itself.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
We're getting elegant with it.
Tetractic Cohort, a 5-mana 2/3. On ETB, make 2 1/1 skeleton horror creature tokens with flying. Then we can reconstruct it, which means to cast the card from your graveyard by sacking a permanent in addition to its other cost, it enters with a finality counter.
This is a very strong common. It's not horrific though.
Yeah,
it's very strong for common, but it's okay.
5 mana 4/5, but half of me has wings.
Yeah, it's like
I would.
And you get it again.
Yeah. I think that's okay. Like, I think this is the type of common that when I see it, I'm like, oh, thank fuck I got this in my last pack, but I'm never diverting on an earlier pack just to take this thing.
Should it go to 6 or should I fiddle with the stats? Ask Alec Man. I think, personally, this reminds me a lot of, like, for Pauper. Like, I'm thinking of Pauper specifically. It reminds me a lot of, what's the name of the Eldrazi? Writhing Chrysalis. Writhing Chrysalis, of course, is better, but you get this twice. If they remove it the first time, you get it the second time, and then it makes 2 1/1s each time you do it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bit Writhing Chrysalis-y, and Writhing Chrysalis was a very good card. So I think this is one that you keep an eye on, and you play test it as is, and then maybe it only makes 1 flyer when you go back around, and it's a 3/4.
Yeah.
So it's something that you can figure out if it's too strong in playtesting the set. Just earmark it.
Yeah. Next, we have Mortek Crawler, a 5-mana artifact. You can tap it to put a stun counter on a target tapped creature that does not have any stun counters on it, and it has the Reconstruct. Even for common, I think 5 mana we can take one of these qualifiers off. What do you think, Elk?
I think you should maybe just look at, like, this is miserable. It is very annoying. I think maybe you should be looking at something like, what's it called, from Edge of Eternities?
Or Boroid.
The stupid rock that does this. Cryogen Relic. Cryogen Relic sacrifices itself, you draw a card, and then you put a stun counter on a tapped thing.
Yeah.
Maybe this at 3 mana, and then it sacrifices itself as part of the cost. And then you get to reconstruct it later, get another card. Right? And or maybe even 2 mana, because Cryogen Relic says when it enters or leaves. This one says, yeah, like, make this a Cryogen Relic with an activated ability. That would be cool.
Just print Cryogen Relic.
Literally just print Cryogen Relic, like, unironically.
Official card design advice from Elk and Mald. Hey, just print this card they already made, all right? Hey, listen.
Yeah, instead of when it enters or leaves, it's when it enters and you get to reconstruct it in the future, and then you get to draw 2 cards, stun 2 things, which is slightly better and slightly worse in different ways than Cryogen.
Yeah, I like that. All right, next we have Mortison Council, a 4-mana sorcery. Draw 3 cards and then discard a card.
Wow, yeah, we're playing Magic. 2012 called, you know?
Yeah.
Shadows over Innistrad called. Tommy wants.
I think that's fine.
Back.
I'm thirsting for Mortisons, I guess.
Yeah, you can maybe get all instant speed with it. There's a card.
Maybe get a little freaky.
You can maybe get a little instant speed with it, but, like, it's a card. You know, this is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Avalos Death Rider.
Yeah, go off.
3 in a black, squad, 1 in a black. Death Rider, Wedge. During your turn, this creature has first strike. Reconstruct. Okay, wow, that's really interesting. Because you cast it as a 4-mana 3/2 first striker early in the game, and then late in the game you go, sack a land, also squat it like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I fuck with that a lot. I think that's cool.
I like this design a lot if there's decent grave hate in the set.
Yes, I do think all this reconstruct stuff mandates that one color gets the ability to flick stuff out of your graveyard. Next, we have Helm of Tyranny, a 2-mana artifact. Equipped creature has menace. Whenever equipped creature attacks a battle, creatures your opponents control get -1/-0 until end of turn. Oh, perfect draft common. I'm never picking this. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's really good, though. That's great.
Whenever equipped creature attacks a battle. Yeah, it's fine. It's really not that good though. Maybe you give it like +1/+0, like a little treat.
What I was gonna say is since control points is such a common thing in here, I would actually flip it to when a crypt creature attacks, if you control a battle, your creatures get +1/+0.
Yeah, that's probably slightly better. I just don't like battles that much being so hingent on my equipment working because equipments already need a creature to be working.
Yeah.
So I would maybe tweak this. One too many
Next we have
hoops.
Yeah, that's fair. Next, we have the Mortison Bone Shaper, a 3-mana 1/2 on ETB. Return an artifact or creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Oh, this card's so strong.
It's quite good.
It's very
Quite
good.
good.
I like it a lot though. It's very good.
Of
Maybe
course
with the
you
finality
do.
counter.
Of
Maybe with the
course you
finality
do.
counter if you want to be safe.
Combo Ethan.
I just want like everyone to remember that post-war or pre-war formalware exists and is very good. And this is pre-war
Yeah.
formalware at uncommon. So
On a creature body, no less.
yeah, exactly. Like that is very, very solid. So that's crazy. Long.
Oh yeah, and tutorable by all the guards and shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Mortison Ossifector, a 3-mana 1/2. On ETB, return up to one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand with mana value X or less, where X is the greatest mana value among permanents you control. Okay, so fuck all your squad tokens, right? Or I guess, is squad a cop? Like, does squad retain the mana value?
I think so because it is a token copy of a real card.
Okay, so it's not effective squad hate. This is only... So for 3 mana, I get to bounce something 3 or less if I play this on curve. If I play it late in the game, maybe I have one of my mythic rares. I think that's fine. I'm not amazed by it, which is I think where you should be for uncommons, but I don't think it's like there are situations where I would see this and I would be like, okay, that's pseudo removal, sure.
In a set with this much squad, I would fucking love it. Elec Man, by the way, just like design proposal. If there was like an echoing type of card, like it's like a rare, and it's like 4 black, it enters, it destroys target creature, and then all other creatures with the same name as that creature or something. That would be hilarious.
Oh yeah. All right, next we have the Mortison Soul Reaper, a 3-mana 1/2 with Death Touch. Whenever you sack one or more permanents, put a counter on this creature. Great.
Yeah, great. That is a design.
Great.
That's awesome.
Ship that motherfucker. I get to
Hell
play a
yeah.
3-mana creature that says, don't fuck with me for a turn, and if you let me keep it, he will kill you.
I like the Death Touch on this card specifically because it's, yeah, turn 1, you can't really tango with me in combat, and then later in the game, you can't tango with me in combat because I have a 30/30.
Yeah. Tremendous. And would see, like, I think would see Commander play in these types of decks too, but is not super powerful in Commander.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Relentless Discipline. Soft signpost uncommon. 1 and a white. Tap an untapped creature you control. Tap or untap target creature. Activate only once
No.
each turn. Please don't.
You
I
can't-
beg you.
you
I
can't-
beg you.
Please, I need you to understand how stupid. It's called opposition, right?
Mm-hmm. Once each turn saves it a little bit, but I do think that one, this is instant combo food in Commander, or at minimum it's fiddlebait, as Poro says. In draft, there's typically not that many meaningful creatures being swung on a given turn, so only being able to do it once is still enough to slow your draft game to a fucking crawl.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one.
Yeah. Signpost uncommon for I become the most annoying man alive. And next we have Marrow Pact, 1 and a white. Sack this artifact. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, and you can reconstruct it.
This is a perfect Magic the
I
Gathering
like
card.
that. I like that. That's good. That pays its taxes. It bakes a cobbler for its mother on the weekends. I like it. Gothazar Harvester, a 5-mana 3/5 with Menace and Gruesome Surgery. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, make a 1/1 white skeleton creature token, and you can reconstruct it.
Yeah, we have a word for that. It's called morbid.
No, it's Gruesome Surgery. Shut the fuck up, Elk.
Yeah, this is a good uncommon.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I think this is like if I was looking to do blue black or something, I could pick this up, I would be like, oh, hell yeah. It's all coming together.
Yeah, I like how it works with reconstruct, where like I reconstruct my shitter token, I get a shitter token back.
Yeah, true. Mortison Soulmason. Esper, oh, the rares. A 1/3 with Soul Guide, discard an on-land card, exile another target creature or artifact you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn.
So I can turn any card into a Cloud Shift for free once per turn on my turn.
Yeah.
The fact that Soul Herder exists means that this is fine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Soul Herder's at uncommon. This isn't a Modern Horizons power level set, so it's fine that this is a rare. There's maybe some discard synergy stuff. I would like it if it was like an instant return flicker instead of a until the next end step flicker. I would like it to be immediate, but besides that, this is perfect.
Yeah. This is definitely okay.
Ooh, true. This works with reconstruct, right? Because you can finality counter, get rid of one, and then but you're discarding
Yeah,
a card
yeah.
to trade that. I like this. This is cool.
Yeah, and you discard a different reconstruct guy. That's very good. Necropolis Stalker, a 4-mana Esper 4/4 squad. Discard cards with total mana value 4 or greater. First strike, vigilance, reconstruct. Oh, that's fucking neat. Oh, I hate that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like.
Fuck.
This card's pretty.
I kind of want.
4 mana.
I was about to say at the beginning of the card, I was like, who the fuck is ever going to pay that squad cost? And by the end of the card, I was like, I might pay that squad cost.
Yeah, 4 mana. I discard the stupid 5 mana Goth Rizzler Harvester, right?
Yeah, I dump all my reconstruct cards.
Yeah, and then I get dink, 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 3 tokens of a first strike vigilance first striker on turn 4. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 mana. I discard let's say 3 cards. I get 2 more of those on turn 4. That's really yum. And then of course you explode to removal. So it's pretty fair, and then you reconstruct it later.
Yeah, I think we do have to clarify, if you discard one 8-mana card, does that pay the squad cost twice, or do you need to be paying at least 1 card per squad? Because that changes a lot about how funky this is, but this is funky in a way that I find fresh and cool. We're going to move to Kanash On, Staff of Spirits, and Esper Legendary Equipment. Equipped creature has lifelink and death touch. Equipped creature has discard a card, copy target triggered ability you control. Equip legendary for 2, equip non-legendary for 6. Way too much bait for rare.
You can't do this. Okay, discard a card, copy target triggered ability you control. If you have a triggered ability that draws you a card, you draw it forever.
Yeah. We gotta be less afraid of just giving something +3/+3.
That doesn't do much. This does everything, huh? You have Quantum Riddler. You warp out Quantum Riddler. That is a triggered ability that says draw a card. I discard a card. I discard a card. I discard a card. I discard a card. I am now hellbent. I am now drawing 2 cards for each Quantum Riddler trigger, and I'm discarding cards to keep copying. Yeah, that is a combo with Quantum Riddler.
Yeah. I think send this one back to the kilns. Let's look at Bone Tithe Nexus. 1 and Esper for an artifact. Whenever you discard a card, get PTSD to Bastion of Remembrance. Choose one that hasn't been chosen. Draw a card, make 2 1/1s, or flicker something. It also has Reconstruct. I mean, they made the fucking Bastion of Remembrance.
I think we're a little too deep. This is starting to take one step too far where it's like now discard matters on top of sacrificing matters on top of I don't like it when I play my rare, my 4-mana rare, and I have 0 cards that say discard a card on them.
Yeah, I don't think these. We're starting to get less and less proactive as we go on, which I dislike, and we're getting more parasitic. All right, next we have a Mortis Guard, a 5-mana 3/6 with Squad of Esper. Enters with a double strike counter. Sack the creature. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Put all counters on this creature onto that creature. And it has Reconstruct.
Beautiful. I love the word double strike on my 5-drop. This is like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Chill as hell.
very good. Definitely feels mythic.
Next, we have Catacross, Mortarch of the Necropolis, a 5-mana Esper 5/5, first strike Vigilance, Supreme Commander of the Bone Reaper Legions. Whenever they attack you and sack a creature or artifact, if you do, return up to 2 creature, artifact, and/or creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield with total mana value X or less, where X is 1 plus a sacrificed permanent's mana value.
Yo, this thing swings, I get a victimize. That's badass.
Yeah, and this notably is the right type of thing where by itself, good creature that will do good things for me, and if I have drafted into this 3-color thing, it will do a lot of extra shit for me. As compared to the Bone-Tithe Nexus or even the Kanish-On Staff of Spirits, where they're just like, come out, do fucking nothing. And then if I jump through hoops, they break the game.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like Catacross a lot. This guy is the template for how do I incentivize the behaviors of Esper while still letting them feel like a good rare. Then we got Archon, Mortarch of Sacrament, 1 in an Esper for a 3/5 with flying and hexproof from instants and sorceries. Whenever a creature you control enters, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, you may pay 1. If you do, surveil 2, then draw a card.
Yeah, it's a flying beater. It blocks really well. And then creatures entering from graveyard. Notably, actually, wait, this doesn't work. Or if you cast it from the graveyard, beautiful. You have the wording. Yeah, so this works with Reconstruct, which is the colors themes. See, this is the Reconstruct payoff I like, and I don't like Bone-Tithe Nexus. Bone-Tithe Nexus is fucking random right hook. We're discarding cards all of a sudden. Whoa, hang on, wait. I thought we're sacrificing and reconstructing and casting from graveyards. This Archon is really cool.
Yeah, same opinion as Catacross from me. This is a really good example of how to reward the behaviors of the colors without it being a thing that says, hey, I need you to do that. Paying 1's needed, and if anything, that's like that's top 3 cards get 1 of them.
Yeah.
That's like
Preordain is worth 1 mana.
Yeah, like that's really fucking good card advantage. If you didn't have to pay 1, I would send you to hell.
Yeah, Alec, man, these are like the best designs I've ever seen from you.
Yes, this is like not immediately out of the park compared to the previous designs. I like these a lot. Keep going in this direction. Very good. Next, we have Aetheractive Ooze, a 7-mana goddamn Simic card that is a 6/6 with flash. On ETB, counter something. Whenever you counter anything, make an XX where X is the spell's mana value.
That's really awkward because when it enters, it can get a spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. So when you do the triggered or activated ability thing, you get a 0/0. Like nothing happens because it's the second ability only triggers when a spell's countered.
Yeah. I think that's a fine level of awkwardness. I do at least like that we're trying to give... I'm torn, actually. I like that we're pushing the counterspell player to have creatures on board to beat people to death. I don't like that we are pretending that it's reasonable for you to build a deck that is lands, counterspells, and then this commander. Like, yeah, the play pattern, I think, for the most part, is dog ass. I think the play pattern is I have 20 counters. I have everything, every card that says counter a spell in the game. I have Craterhoof. I have Beastmaster. I have all the overrun effects. And that's the whole deck, which I don't know. Maybe that can exist in bracket 3. Oh yeah, and you have to have ramp because this guy has to be played first. Like he's not even a top end. This is another 7 mana value engine.
Yeah, maybe just tie the making a news to it countering a spell. Ship it. It just have it be a huge. What's the name of the counter spell? Grilled Mystic.
Yeah.
Big old
7 mana, I breathe all the air.
Yeah, exactly.
7 mana, fuck you, give me all the air. I do like that we're trying to force the counter spellers to beat people to death.
That is true. I mean, but Talon kind of already.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Legendary is necessary on Buka because this has to be in the command zone to make sure you can counterspell everybody all the time. If it wasn't legendary, I couldn't counterspell all of you whenever I wanted, and that's not very considerate of you. I think genuinely it could be a little bit cheaper. And like its stat line could be a little bit weaker.
It's giving like draining well.
No, I surely do not know what you mean about the Welk that drains you. Please
you've
elaborate.
never drained your Welk before?
I've never been drained. Well, I've never been drained by a Welk, you maniac.
I've been drained by a Welk Unlimited. Let me tell you, that shit fucking sucks. I've been.
Oh yeah, it is very draining, Welk adjacent. I hate to say.
Have you ever cast your 4-drop on curve and they hit you in the head with a fucking draining Welk? You explode. It's over.
That might go in my VV deck. Holy fuck.
It's a good ass card.
That's really funny.
You can see the cute little guys in the background from what's it called? Mana Drain. The little brain freaks that
Yeah.
the original Mana Drain. Oh, I love draining Welk so much.
I think you could either leave this expensive as is, or you could drop the cost and make it not counterspell itself, on like not counterspell on its own ETB, and then just be when you counter stuff, make more oozes, and then it can have flash as a way to be like, now I'm on someone's end step, and I know I don't need to use one of my 18 million counter spells. I flash this guy in, untap, pass, begin building the ooze army. Because right now this just seems like so much of my deck has to be ramp, but also so much of my deck has to be counter spells, and also so much of my deck has to be overrun, or we're just honk schnooing.
Yeah.
All right, and that's the end of the current wave. We have 22 more minutes. So I am going to set a new round of commissions live and then set a new round of points redeems live. Elk, let's do an ad break while I do that.
Sounds good. We're actually 22 minutes. Don't we just hit the 1 minute button?
Too fucking late. I hit the 3 minute button.
Okay, beautiful.
You fucking... What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I've had a very...
That's not true.
No, just being a content creator.
Gotcha.
I have to get out of bed and do the commute all the way to my desk.
Mm-hmm. Crushingly difficult. You only have one channel. Don't even talk to me. I'm busy. I'm busy and I work hard. You only have the one channel. You don't know what I'm on. Buffalo Box, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Let me... When is Maldhound's going to start dropping stuff? I have 2 videos live already. What are you talking about? I have another one I'm going to film on my way. I'm getting Botox done today to try to help my TMJ pain. So I'm gonna be filming a video in between this stream and going to there.
Mald's gonna come back and it's gonna look like the fucking world's oldest human from Doctor Who. What was her name? She's the one that's like stretched out like a trampoline.
Yep. Martha, I believe. Why is my rum gone? Thank you for the prime
Cassandra.
sub. In the lips, Terrence, where do you think Botox goes?
I remember when Doctor Who was first announced, and everyone's like, I hope we get Cassandra. It's like, that's a really funny idea. Look at this countdown. Jesus.
I'm a villain.
If I was to make a second channel, I'd probably make it Dungeons and Dragons focused, honestly. I'd if I needed to do a pivot, like if EDH exploded tomorrow, which it's never going to, luckily. But if it exploded tomorrow, I would jump right into D&D. I make D&D videos.
You will be boiled from Mothman Gerald. You will be Bacon. They went up and they were gone so fast that I could not even see the messages of them being purchased.
Not Elk be a TF2, dude. No. I'm okay.
No, you're right.
I don't want to listen. People hate that Magic gets like a ton of attention all the time from Wizards of the Coast and is getting like mega piled on. It would be worse if Magic never got anything forever. If Wizards just like pretended it didn't exist. When I say Dungeons and Dragons Bon Voyage, by the way, I just mean TTRPG channel in general. I don't mean like actually D&D. CR 1/4 elk would be funny. I think elks are like CR 3. Like, or giant elks anyway, I think of. I don't know if there is like a stat line for an elk, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'd probably make it, D&D definitely has a larger audience than Magic. I wouldn't do character build brews. I'd probably talk mostly about world building and stuff. I do a lot of dungeon mastering. I think I'm dipping my first toes in the water after we get a D&D game going. It's really hard to schedule. It's really hard to schedule a D&D game between a bunch of streamers. But there is something that I have prepared that I will stream regarding D&D and a bunch of streamers and stuff. It's a Ravnica game. Check your Discord, Elk.
Wait, why didn't you invite me to that? What the hell?
You are invited to that. You just forgot.
Why wouldn't you fucking invite me to that shit?
You
what the
and
hell,
Z
man?
are invited.
What are you talking about? What are you even going on about, dog?
Yeah, but yeah, ideally, I get that D&D game done, and then if people really like the D&D game, and I'm talking like I get 5,000 views on the VOD, it's not a high bar. I might consider making like a D&D channel or something. I was thinking like Fake Crossing for the name or something. Why do paladins prefer chainmail? It's the holiest armor. Okay, fuck. Can we ban this guy? Do I have a mod online?
That's in your chat.
Yeah, can we have a mod?
You have the power.
Can we have
Can I have an underling get this motherfucker? I can't believe you use mods.
Doug, thank you for banning Nick Tater. Doug, my hero of love.
Ko-Fi did not sell out. There are 4 individual cards left. The pack of 5 sold out. The channel points sold out. We're gonna get rolling. More Deltarune from Little Mix Doom. I cede the floor to my co-narrator Elk.
Hi.
Talking about Moss Knight. Moss Knight. We got wave 2.
Oh fuck yeah.
Business is occurring.
Moss Knight. 2 green. When this creature enters, target creature you control explores. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, you gain 1 life. Beautiful. This is very succinct. He gets you more lands. He sometimes puts a counter on a thing, and then when you get to play those lands, bam, you get 1 life. And
yeah,
it's a common. This is maybe a bit strong for a common, but it is 4 mana 2/3, so it feels common.
Yeah. Thank fuck for a landfall ability that doesn't just auto win you the game. My lord.
Oh, well, gaining 1 life. I have more life than you now. I win.
Shut your mouth.
Proceed. 2 blue-black. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature you don't control. Enchanted creature is goaded and has whenever a creature leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. 7 mana, sacrifice, proceed, gain control of enchanted creature, activate only as a sorcery. That's fucking awesome.
I would play that so quickly.
This card's so sick. Wow, and it's flavorful too.
Oh, that
This is yummy.
I like that a lot.
This is a good ass card.
No notes. Print it directly into my back pocket
Yeah.
right now.
Story retold. 1 green white enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may put a young hero role token, a monstrous role token, or a sorcerer role token on target creature you control. Whenever you attack with 3 or more modified creatures, draw a card. Yeah, this is fine. Young is it trains when it attacks. It gets a +1/+1 counter up to 3. Monstrous is trample, and sorcerer is you get to pay 1 to scry 1, or
Mhm.
just scry 1 when it attacks. It scries 1 when. Yeah, spellbook vendor's allowed to be in shambles though. This is it. Yeah, scry on attack.
Literacy was already going downhill. He was in trouble. I don't think I would ever draft this, but I do think it's an alright card for Commander.
Yeah, it's
Unless there's a lot of like enchanted and modified support in Selesnya, then I might do it.
yeah. No, this card's pretty good. Crumbling Facade. 1 white black sorcery. Choose 1. It's okay not to smile. You and target player each gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. That's Secret Rendezvous. Good, keep smiling. You and target player discard 3 cards and lose 3 life. So you can rendezvous or not.
Or I detonate the C4 betwixt both our butt cheeks. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think you should print strictly better Secret Rendezvous.
Yeah, it should probably be 4 mana.
Yeah, I think that's...
But I do think it's fucking funny.
That is really funny. Giga Showdown. Naya card, Boros Hybrid and a green, so 2 mana. Whenever a creature you control that is equipped, enchanted, and has counters on it attacks, double its power until end of turn, and it gains indestructible until end of turn. Holy cool. I love Kosei already, like Penitent Warlord. And this card is like, it rewards you for doing the same fucked up bullshit to your cards. But it kills you. It kills your ass.
I think this is so fucking stupid, but I will let the children have their bouncy house. I think it's so stupid, but I don't think it's stupid because it's like, oh my god, it's too good, that's so stupid. I think it's like, oh man, the baby is near the outlet again.
If you really want to like make this card like not like terminally bad, it could be like when it enters you put a counter on a creature. Like that's like ding, there you go. If it's really dog shit, you can have that little valve on it. It puts 1 counter on a thingy. So you're already partway there.
Oh, hold on. I have to count stuff up. Madra, never mind. I forgot to hit see more on the scroll. So I think you have today you have purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the $4 commissions. I do not know how many you purchased in the first round versus the second round. Okay, let's move on to B's Ikora Ray, Disciple of Osiris. A 5-mana Esper 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1. Solar, they get +4/+4. Arc, at the beginning of your next main phase, float Esper. Void, Ikora Ray gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn.
Floating mana isn't really Esper. And also, once again, we're in this awkward beginning of your upkeep thing where you have not drawn your card for turn. So how do you know you need the extra mana? How do you know like you're going to be crashing out with Ikora, right? Like it's like this is better is at the beginning of your your pre-combat main phase, choose 1. It's +4/+4 till end of turn. Add Esper, period. That clears that up a lot. And then Void as well exists. But I don't like Arc that much.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan. I'm not really sold on any of these. They don't seem broken. I'm just not, and I know what you're going for with Destiny. I'm just not super invested in any of them.
Yeah, I either have a 5-mana 7/7, a 5-mana 3/3 Death Touch Lifelinker until the end of my during my turn, or it's a 5-mana Mana Rock. It's just like these modes are not interesting either.
Yeah, we want something a little bit more compelling, I think. Next, we have Cleanup, a 5-mana sorcery, but it costs 3 less if a sea creature hits somebody this turn. Put up to 2 target creatures on the bottom of their owner's library in any order.
Yeah, please print this. I'm not biased.
Yeah. I'm not biased. I don't have a Kinesos deck.
I do not have a Sea Monsters deck. Print this immediately and make it 3 and 1 blue instead of 3 and 2 blue.
All right, go fuck yourself. I'm fine booming you. I think this could be made though. That's pretty cool.
I think you need to list Merfolk in the card types.
No, you fucking don't.
They have started bundling Merfolk in. Read some.
No,
right?
and they need to stop. And they need to stop.
There's a Merfolk in the art.
I'm moving on to Koishi. I am not letting you shill for Merfolk. The elves have enough. Koishi, Mind Shredder, a 5-mana Grixis card with Menace and Lunacy. We gotta stop this shit.
Directly.
We
away.
gotta stop this
Dude,
shit.
this isn't
Go to
even
hell.
Madra. It's infected other people. This is awful.
It's a goddamn. It's like the goddamn norovirus. It's a cognito hazard. All right, 1/4 with Ward. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile cards with total mana value 7 or greater. Okay, both interesting and a way people can definitively play. Koishi gets +1/+0 for each card in exile. If a card would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. No! I'm tired.
So yeah, no, this Snail brought up a very interesting point during one of the episodes of the Magic Mirror, and that is, Mill definitively attacks a different resource than everyone else at the table. When you are a dedicated incremental Mill deck, you cannot team up with the Dragons player to kill someone.
Yeah.
And that's really the big issue with this kind of design.
Yeah, I could sign off on this card without Lunacy. I hate Lunacy, and I don't think anything will ever bring me around on it. It turns Lunacy damage into stats, and yet the stats don't matter because of Lunacy.
Yeah, it's just
I really, really do not like when we take a thing that should just be killing you via combat and then say, oh, now it's Lunacy, and so I get to prolong the game. Like with Mind Shredder, when they gave it what we're now keywording as Lunacy, they made the stat line fucking ridiculous. Like they made it a thing that we just never ever would have made combat relevant. Yeah, if Lunacy added mill to the damage, I'm fine.
Yeah, if it does damage. When this creature does damage, you also mill that many cards, and beautiful. Like it's like a
trigger. Then I'm fine. But stop isolating yourself so that you can like win the gladiator battle by pissing on the Colosseum's foundation.
All right, let's move on to
everybody do the flop.
Yeah.
3 mana meme sorcery. Tap all creatures. Each creature deals 1 damage to itself. If a creature has flying, destroy it instead.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
There's a card kind of like this, and it came from the Jurassic Park set. It's like it picks you up and drops you.
That is, I like this. I would let you play this. Next, we have the 1,000-Day War, a 5-mana white enchantment. Ward, sacrifice a creature. When this enchantment enters, each player chooses a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. For as long as this enchantment remains on the battlefield, those creatures have hexproof and indestructible. Players can't cast creature spells.
Hexproof and indestructible means you enter a fucking Mexican standoff with all your creatures, because all of them are perfect blockers and perfect attackers. So you just like, I'm not going to attack with my creature because you can block it with your hexproof indestructible creature. Okay, great. Who's going to be the one who sacrifices their favorite creature to blow up this enchantment so the game can continue?
Yeah, I think it's a really good way to create the situation you want, and I think the situation you want is evil, and you should be studied in a lab.
Oh, you keep Felia, and then...
Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth right now. We're talking about Wally, the Waste Association Load Lifter Earth class. A 1-mana 1/1. 1 mana tap, exile something from a graveyard, then make a junk. That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
I like
think
that.
is this too strong?
I think it probably beats the hell out of most other one drops, but it's like it's really strong in ways that commander players don't care about, so it's probably the only way to get them to care about it.
It's like it's just Urza Saga-able.
Oh, that's true. I think if you made this like
If
2 or 3 mana, no, it can't be manaless for the tap though.
I think 2 mana, 1 mana for the tap.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe make it 2 mana. But I like this. I like
Yes, I
this.
like
Good
it
key
too.
jingle.
It makes sense.
It do be making sense. Next we have Pejman Yaname, which lurks beneath a 5 mana Golgari 4/4. Ward, sack a land or discard a land. Spiders you control have Burrow and Toxic 1. Creatures with Burrow can only be blocked by creatures with Burrow or Trample. Oh, that's kind of nifty. Whenever a land card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, you can make a 1/1 black and green spider. Do this only twice each turn.
Once again, do this only twice each turn is just like so awkward.
Let them do it once or let them do it as many times as they want. Stop it. Stop it. Uh, I like this overall, though.
Yes, I do too. The burrow keyword's really frying me. So yeah, a creature in a burrow can block another creature in a burrow, but also if you trample so hard you just crush their tunnels is hilarious.
You crushed the. I was gonna crash out on Burrow, being like, just make it unblockable, but the trample thing I enjoy, and so it gets to live and be rejoiced about. I like this one. A plus. I guess A minus because I don't like to do this twice.
Oh, it's the hottest character in Deadlock 7.
Oh god. 7, Apotheosis Aspirant. Just walk out. You can leave. Death Sentence. Electric Chair Society. Lane doing Midnight Boss. Team fight pact with the Patron Warden if your quick friend ships. Fuck you. Alright, a 3/3 with haste, and whenever they attack or die, exile the top card of your library. You can play it until the end of your next turn. For 3 mana and sacrificing them, spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand have Storm.
I mean, it makes sense.
Shut up! Because you hate 7, right? That's why it makes sense? Because you hate the character and this card?
The next spell you cast from anywhere other than your hand this turn. You can't.
Yeah,
it
sure.
can't be everything. It
The
can't
next.
be
'Cause if
everything.
And I'm pretty sure this is like word for word what got said the first time about it, which is as soon as you make it whatever you cast from exile, it's just immediate exile storm. You can give it to one thing.
The next spell you cast this turn from anywhere other. That's the way you should word it.
Mm-hmm. And then, Alec, man, to your question about the Hall of Fame, we just forgot. It's not dead, but if we have time at the end, I'll ask Elk to do a quick roundup, but I just forgot. Okay, from the Perpetually Tired on Twitch, game's gotta end someday. We have Sword of the End and everything but white. 6 mana 7/7. Flying, hexproof from non-white. Players can't gain life, damage can't be prevented. Players and permanents lose protection and cannot have or gain protection. Spells and abilities cannot prevent players from losing the game. Somebody is so mad about a Teferi's protection.
Someone is fucking seething.
Somebody has played into a Spore Frog meta.
I don't like hexproof from non-white. If we're looking at this like as a real design, hexproof from non-white is really annoying for a lot of colors to deal with.
I think what I dislike most from a design perspective is that it's a lot of mana to do nothing proactive. It's not just die the card. The thing is like it's stop having contingency measures the card, but it's really not good at killing you.
Yeah.
Like it's a flying 7/7, which is not terrible at killing you, but it's so easy to pass that bar of like, oh my god, a thing that deals a lot of damage? Incredible. Oh my god, and it doesn't even get over to Fairy's protection because life totals can still be prevented from changing.
Yeah, the commander damage
Yeah,
still goes through, but that's it.
yeah, this is. I like the energy behind this card. I don't like the execution because it doesn't feel like it's actually getting the job done.
I think I agree. It's just like a lot of like, you're in blue when you're playing this card, brother. Just counter it.
Put the offer you can't refuse in the bag.
Okay, let's look at Helios's new Arisen.
Arisen. A 4-mana 4/4 with trample. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, make a 3/3 demon token. Whenever another demon or devil you control dies, put a counter on this guy and draw a card.
This is looking a lot better.
Yeah. I think then, and this also lets you, the rest of your deck can now start being a lot of like aristocracy stuff. You can't go super deep on a Power Matters theme, but if you have something like Ruthless Technomancer or Disciple of Bolas, getting 3 out of them from your demon creature tokens is not awful. It's not so bad that you just want to weep.
Yeah.
Making 3/3 for every token that dies is busted. Don't play tokens. You should be punished.
All true, but also it should probably say non-token.
Nah, it should say anything. If you play a bunch of 1/1s and I get you, I deserve to kill you.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Kalatas. So it is a mythic when compared to, is Kalatas a mythic? I'm pretty sure he's just rare. I would look at Kalatas for this design and then tweak it from there.
Yeah. Realistically, you do have to slap non-token on this as well. Yeah, sure, Mod. Let's just staple Rakdos Charm onto it. That's true. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you make a 3/3 black demon that has, when this creature enters, choose target opponent. Every creature they control deals 1 damage to them.
That's really
Yes.
good. I was thinking a lot
And
more
the card's
like,
perfect.
I was thinking more like, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you make a 3/3 black demon creature token. If that creature was a token, that player loses the game.
Yes! Then I'm with it.
Oh,
All right,
we
next
got a
we have.
Hogger.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with Hogger?
I'm very familiar. I play a lot of World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Okay, we got to hit the fucking gas pedal. All right.
Let's go.
Wanted Hogger, a 6-mana Gruul enchantment. When it enters, make 3 Gnolls with Riot. Whenever a Gnoll you control dies, put a quest counter on. If it has 3 or more quest counters, turn it into Hogger, Terror of Elwyn, a 4/4 with Menace. When this enchantment transforms into Hogger, Terror of Elwyn, each other creature gets -4/-4. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 3 life and you make a Gnoll with Riot.
Whenever a non-token creature an opponent controls dies, pal.
Yeah. All right, come on. Pay attention.
I like the flavor, though. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a really good flavor execution. This is exactly as scary as Hogger feels. This is exactly as scary as trying to get to Hogger feels. I kind of love it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. All right, next we have Madra cards. This is another wave from the Solaris' deck. Astarte, Solaris' Smile. 2 white, 2 black, a 0/5 defender, so it's actually a 5/5. Whenever Astarte is dealt combat damage, you gain that much life, and attacking player loses that much life. Fuck. Whenever another creature with defender you control dies, draw a card and lose 1 life. Oh my god.
I mean, at least it kills my opponents and it draws me cards doing the thing. Dude, this is like the most normal looking card Mazra's ever produced.
It's normal. It's just all so much. I win all the time forever. Every interaction that ever happens benefits me.
Yeah. It is.
But yes, it is
definitely good. But it's also like, this is a card that like I would assume Mazra didn't make it just because of how simple it is.
Yeah, so it's Grim Horror Specs, and then also Don't Hit Me. I guess for 4 all pips, that's not too bad.
It's very good.
Yeah. Next, we have Divine Solar Rays, a 4-mana Boros instant. With discard your hand, then draw a card and gain 2 life for each cleric and/or creature with defender you control.
You were card your hand, then draw a card and gain. Okay. That is very strong in this deck.
I think that should be sorcery.
It should definitely be sorcery, but after that,
But then I think, yeah, then I start to be okay. Yeah. I would accept, hey, you get a big payoff if you've done a lot of setup on me. But if I catch you lacking with a board wipe, you get caught lacking.
there is that one battle that like shits out like 15 billion tokens though. So. But yeah, in a vacuum, it's good.
Ivan and Jelly of the Sun City, a Mardu 05, Flash Defender Reach. When they enter or die, search your library for a battle card, put the card into your hand, reveal it, then shuffle. I don't think you get enters or dies. I think you get to pick one.
I agree with that sentiment. I think it should be when it dies, probably.
Yeah, but then I'm okay with it. That's like, yeah, let me go find my battles. She's out here looking for the smoke. I think that's cool. I think
She's such a peacekeeper that when she dies, a battle.
Oh, war breaks out. I like that flavor too.
Yeah.
Evoker of L, a 2-mana 0/2, and we have to put reveal on it.
It does reveal.
2-mana.
Reveal it, then shuffle.
Oh yeah, it does. Great. 2-mana 0/2 defender, undying. Whenever a creature blocks or is blocked by this creature, it becomes goaded. X and tap, exile up to X cards from a graveyard, make a black XX demon token with haste, trample, and decayed. X can't be 0. Fairest graveyard hate I've ever seen, and even then it's still pretty good.
That is interesting. I like the decayed on it. Also,
yeah.
It becomes goaded until the end of your next turn or something, I presume.
Right, yeah. until the end of your next turn, right? But yeah, this one, I think I'm okay with. I think it has Undying for basically no reason, but don't they all?
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the Undying on that.
Then Glyph of Exorcism, 5-mana artifact snare cost of 3. When the artifact enters or is turned face up, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. You gain life equal to its mana value. Make a 2/3 scarecrow with reach, then sacrifice this.
That is weird that it doesn't have defender, since everything else in the deck is like, hey, defender.
defender.
I'm surprised you took a word off of this card, Matra. That's incredible. This is fine.
Yeah, it's more expensive for what's the elephant card? Generous gift, but I get the gift. Right, you're doing more so that you get the thing as well.
Yeah, and you also get a little life.
Yeah, I like that. Good. Thumbs up. I approve. Glyph of Flare, a 4-mana snare artifact. When it enters or is turned face up, deals 3 damage to any target. Then make the scarecrow. The scarecrow with no defender.
Yeah, this is very good. God, if this card was in Pauper, it'd be broken. So common scary, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think rarity's too big a concern with these cards, since we know they're for a custom commander deck first and foremost.
Yeah, exactly.
I can live with this one.
Yeah.
Nice little combat trick for sure.
A little bit of skeletonize action, or whatever it's called.
Glyph of Ruin, a 5-mana snare. On enter or being turned face up, destroy a creature or planeswalker, and then make a 2/3 and sack this thing. That also seems fine.
Yeah, it's one.
I like this
mana more,
snare
but
series.
Guaranteed destroy something than the Glyph of Flare, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like at instant speed I get to make blockers maybe. Which is neat and crafty, and that feels very Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap cardy. Like, I flip this up, I killed one of the guys you swung with, I make a new blocker, I double block your new guy, you get blown out.
Yeah.
That seems like the interaction we want, and I can get behind that interaction. Holy fuck, this art.
I know,
Naraka's
I'm looking at it.
4-mana Orzhov Sigil. On ETB, deals 4 damage to each opponent. You gain 12.
That is
whenever
really
good. Whenever a creature dies, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness and put a defense counter on the battle. I'm almost immediately out. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a shield counter on target creature if your life total is greater than your starting life total. If the difference is 12 or more, destroy something. If the difference is 80 or more, exile this battle, then somebody loses the game.
Dude, just a board wipe. Any non-toxic deluge board wipe.
Yeah. I I I think in my mind you have to pick between gaining life on creature death and gaining life in the first place, and that's without even getting into the layers of win more hell that we're getting into.
If the difference is 80 or more, dude, like enduring tenacity called, you board wipe and then you just thermonuclear bomb everyone for the amount of life you gain.
I mean, I like the 80 or more the most out of everything on this card. The thing that I like the most is that if our life total gets too high, we stop fucking around and we just kill somebody. That is my favorite thing. The thing that I don't like is we are in a deck with an incredible number of defenders, so even if you push damage to try to get this thing off the board, it gets more defense counters, and ho ho ho, I gain 5.
Yeah.
And if I have a board wipe or removal, I'm at just like fucking 100 life instantly. So yeah, I like the last sentence the most. Everything else, not on the play pattern we're trying to reward here. Next, we have Inspiring Kanushi. Okay, everyone calling it a win con is overstating it. It is a one player loses con. That is not the same as a win con.
Yeah, but in Orzhov, you turn life gain into damage all the time, right?
Yeah, but then the win con on this card doesn't matter.
That's true. Yeah, no, you're just right. The win con doesn't matter.
Just because you're YouTube doesn't mean you're right. But sometimes when you're YouTube, you're also right.
Exactly.
Inspiring Kanushi, a 1, a red, and a white, a 2/4 with Flash Defender, Lifelink, Retaliate. On ETB, target creature gets +2 and has Lifelink and Retaliate until end of turn.
I like giving Retaliate. That's funny, but like, ugh.
Yeah. I'm okay with this level of keyword abundance when it's just an ETB ability and not an overwhelming static ability too.
Yeah.
I can abide this. I think at uncommon somebody's mad, but it's not me because I don't care about rarities. Next we have Kanushi of L, a 3-mana Rakdos, 2 *, Defender Retaliate, Magecraft, you get to goad. Toughness equal to the number of creatures with Defender you control.
This is very strong.
Magecraft goat is fucked.
But Bothersome Quasit is like an $8 card. And yeah, it's a messed up. Very, very strong.
Yeah, and Bothersome Quasit doesn't even let you get the copy. Doesn't even let you get it for a copy.
It targets all non-creatures,
instant or
though.
sorcery. Yeah. I think it's quite good. Not game breaking, quite good.
This is one of the gold combos insane.
This is one of the only ones where I would be like, "Oh my god, other decks are going to use this card."
Yeah, that's true. This is the first one where it's like,
this
is
the first one that's breaking containment. Quasit's also a bunch of money because it's only from CLB.
Yeah, that is true.
And so it's never gotten a chance to spin the block. But yeah, we're not breaking the game in half with Kanushi of L. It's just a quite good card. And then we have Serial Designation. Otis, Collector of Stolen Time. An Esper 5/3 with Vigilance. A 3-mana 5/3 with Vigilance. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter it. Whenever this creature enters, make the Vault. If there isn't one already, it's an enchantment artifact. And when this creature dies, when a creature dies, put 3 counters on the Vault. We need to specify what counter. This creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on the Vault. Remove 1 counter from the Vault. This card gets haste and double strike until end of turn. That's way too good.
Way too good, and also somehow at the same time horrifically underwhelming. When a creature dies,
it is
3 counter. Yeah.
It's so many. It is a lot of text to effectively say, here is my hexproof Voltron commander.
Yeah, this is just a giant hexproof double striking beater, right? That's it.
Yep. It is. I mean, it's hexproof once, like, ward, somebody else spends the first removal spell. And it's only 3 mana, by the way. It's 3 mana to whenever any creature dies, this becomes a 10/6. So if you have like Deadly Rollick in hand, you can play this creature, go Deadly Rollick. This becomes and it gets +1/+1 for everything on the vault. So I go this creature, I go free removal, whether that's Snuff Out, whether that's Deadly Rollick, whatever the fuck it is. I get 3 counters on the vault. It becomes an 8/6. I take a counter off. It becomes a 7/5 with double strike and haste on turn 3.
Yeah, this is just a giant beater, and it's like it's not giving me anything about the character. It's just like it's just a huge like murder
That's
machine.
true. Is Otis's only personality she kicks you really hard in the head and you die? Because that's Rollick Exile, so Rollick doesn't work. So the free interaction doesn't do it, which is meaningful. But it does just mean...
Yeah, but Slaughter Pack and Snuff Out work.
Oh, fuck, yeah. All right, Slaughter Pack, Snuff Out. Or if you just, like, play this with 1 open mana.
Yeah,
and then cast any of the...
That's fair, though. It's a 4 mana, 7/5 double striking.
Yeah!
By the way, Makers B, thank you for the $20 super chat on YouTube. That says...
Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, I think that's just... This is just too good without creating at least interesting hoops to jump through. It's like it's really good at kicking people in the head, and it doesn't kick people in the head in a different way. It's just like, here's my wife, she's way stronger than you. Which is fine for Wattpad.
Yeah, like this card just like isn't interesting. It's very strong, but not in an interesting fashion. Yeah, bummer to see.
Yeah, I spend 3 mana. I cast my wife. She's very strong and pretty. You cannot shoot her. She kills you in 2 hits. And so I think we could play around with like the vault doing something other than just giving counters. I don't know what the vault is relative to the flavor, but yeah, I think stats are crazy juiced for the mana value. Way too easy to turn the card on, and the way we turn the card on is indistinguishable from, here's my hexproof Voltron commander.
Yeah,
and so that I think is what we have to contest. But thank you for submitting. That is going to be the end of today's stream. I'm going to go put poison in my jaw and hope that it stops hurting so much.
Let's see who's live. Amazonian. But they're
we could rate
40K
Amazonian.
Warp Forge. I mean, 40K is fun. It looks like Amazonian just started. Is that the plan?
What else is in this category? Yeah, let's just rate Amazonian.
Sounds good to me.
What on earth is the raid message going to be? Hit them with the Indestructible Justin rant, my chat. Thank you all for being here. We will be live. I will be live again Sunday, I believe, is the next scheduled stream.
My raid message is always run Saw in half with 2 elk.
That's crazy. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for submitting to the custom card stream. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and please remember to stay toxic.
Bye. Thank you for coming, everyone.